see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
I can't even begin to guess.
You can't even begin to guess?
No. Well, maybe, but let's find out. Because...
on this day.
Right.
In 1981, Black Flag released their debut album, Damaged. And you can tell by the shows that they reference.
I know, I was going to say, they need to remake that, except for Saturday Night Live and Monday Night Football.
That's about it. Well, even Monday Night Football, is it still around?
Oh, yeah.
It's not on a network, it's right. It's on cable.
I don't know.
On ESPN?
I just do a search on my TV for football, and it takes me to the station that it is.
Well,
I don't pay attention anymore to what channel things are on.
That song is also apropos
of
Happy Repeal Day, everybody. Happy Repeal Day.
Why is that apropos of that?
Today is the day that in history that the prohibition against alcohol was repealed. That song's about a lot of drinking, Gina.
Oh,
that's just a couple of brews. That's not a lot of drinking.
Well, I'm
that's
telling
a couple of brews.
I'm telling you. Okay, we won't celebrate Repeal Day.
No, I didn't say that. I just...
Now, you have to celebrate Repeal Day the way he says, or we don't.
It's sort of apropos. It's... Why quibble? It's a drinking song.
It's a TV song.
It's a TV, getting drunk and watching TV song.
Really, you're both wrong. It's a song about a lack of interest in the outside world.
Slacker song.
It's a song about they don't see that you think that that's a song about how great TV is.
No.
Well, it's called TV Party.
It's the opposite.
It's
talking about how you watch too much TV and it affects your brain to the outside world and reality and what's happening. See, that's
there you've got it.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Henry Rollins.
We're both wrong. Bill.
So happy Repeal Day.
Yes.
Just because today is the day Prohibition was repealed, the 14th Amendment, I want to say. And
sure.
I probably have it right in front of me.
Yeah.
And Utah was the state, the 16th Amendment it was. Utah was the state that cast the final vote that allowed alcohol to go free-flowing back into the country. So way to go, Utah.
We did it!
But it was
and then we screwed it all up.
It was a trick.
Trick.
It was someone I forget the story exactly, but someone engineered it so Utah would be the state because Utah didn't want to do it, but they did.
It was because they were going to. It was a give and take. You get this if you vote. And
we got what was it we got in exchange for that?
I thought it
was it
let me look.
Something to do with polygamy or
I
something?
think it was.
I can't remember. I'll look. I meant to look it up yesterday, and I forgot. And it's my sister's birthday today too. So, anyway, happy Repeal Day. Oh, it's happy Bathtub Party Day too.
Bathtub party tonight.
Today is a day you should just have a bathtub party. You can have it all by yourself with some candles, a drink, and a Mr. Soapy washcloth.
Yes,
that would help. It would relieve all your tensions.
It would.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
I'm looking.
Oh, okay.
So
we're all tired.
So yeah. So when you walk into work, when I walk into work from the parking lot, you guys don't. You just drive into the building.
We take our magic elevator.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with the outside world at all.
No.
But I park across the street to save $25 a month, and I think I think if I wanted to park in the building, I wouldn't be allowed. I think
what do you mean you wouldn't be allowed?
I don't think
there are
room.
no more spaces.
Oh.
There are no more
There's
spaces.
not. There were a lot of people in the building who had to be moved to that other one over there.
So at any rate, I deal with the world out there, and usually there's not, there's weather sometimes, but usually it's quiet. It's quiet. It's very quiet when I walk from the parking lot across the street, jaywalk across the street because there's not much traffic. But today, and when this happens, you take note. Here's what I hear. And I think, okay, well, something's up. And yes, indeed, it's by the Hilton Hotel. Guy walking toward me, crazy guy, just yelling at nothing and talking.
It's not nothing to him.
Well, yeah, there's there are demons in his head. And, and he's dealing with them. So that forces you to walk. There's probably absolutely no danger there because he's so absorbed.
Yeah.
But it makes you kind of feel uncomfortable and you walk a little faster.
Yeah. That's never fun.
Yeah. All right, let's get the show underway. We'll have to officially begin it in a minute. We need you to help us with the least popular feature we've ever done on this show. It's check-ins. So during this commercial break, please call 877-602-9696. Tell us what you're doing, how you're doing, and what you're, give us a little accounting. Maybe you were at the concert last night, and you could mention that. 877-602-9696. That's a number to call for check-ins.
We'll officially begin after these. Big O Tires, now my Lyft driver last night.
Yeah.
Who said...
Samuel? No.
That's the guy who picked me up. The guy who took me to the concert. It's his first snow.
Your really? Uber driver, this was his first snow.
He said, I've never experienced or driven in snow.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, front wheel drive? He goes, yes. And I said, Big O snow tires.
Go to Big O.
Yes, Big O tires.
Big O tires, snow tires for winter, best option for the safest winter driving experience, you Lyft drivers out there. So right now, through December 17th, get up to $70 rebate on Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. 0% financing available on purchases of $750 or more through December 31st at Big O Tires. You know they are the team you trust. They want to be, and they are, customer service company. That's what they want to be. They are the team you trust. So they're professionals. They'll get you the right tires for the car you have. So where do you find a Big O Tire store?
Well, I go to the one on Highland Drive.
Well, there are 38 locations.
Are there that many?
So there are 37 others other than that one. So they're locally owned and operated. Go to bigotires.com for more on rebates and coupons and locations.
This holiday season, X96 and Mark Miller Subaru want to share the love with those who need it. Let us know who could use some love at X96.com. Mark Miller Subaru and X96 will be sharing the love with people in all kinds of families and situations by putting a little love in their hearts. Just let us know who to help at X96.com.
Foo Fighters are back.
The chances are good. I was going to say, if you ever date Richie T, the chances are good if you are an unmarried woman under the age of 30, you will date Richie T. He's a serial dater. These are things to expect when you're dating Richie T, or when you're expecting to date Richie T. Number one, within the first 2 weeks of the dating, expect one of two things. You'll either be asked to help clean his room or help clean his car.
Now, I know the clean my room thing is like this.
It's an okay thing to come in my room.
No, that's his thing. That's one of his things.
Well, she says, don't be alarmed. It's all part of the courtship.
Okay.
So, and that, I just thought to myself, wow, who wouldn't want to date a guy who does that? Number two.
You get to know if they like to clean and stuff like that.
That's important.
Because you need someone to clean, don't you?
Because I'm a mess.
Number two, if you're expecting to date Richie T, if the two of you make plans more than 24 hours in advance, you must understand he will forget. Always have other plans just in case.
Oh,
because he'll forget.
Yeah.
Number three, if you've made plans less than 24 hours in advance, of course, and he's late, call him because he's fallen asleep.
It's true, isn't it?
Number four, you will often hear the excuse, hey, sorry I'm late, I fell asleep. He's not lying. He's telling you the truth. Number five, if you're expecting to date Richie T, if at any time Richie will not tell you what his family has nicknamed you, it's over. They have a nickname.
Family has nicknames for everyone?
They have a nickname for every girl in his harem, and most of them are not kind.
Is that true?
It is. This girl's nickname is Camping Ashley because one time she went camping with my family without me.
Without you?
Mm-hmm.
So they always called her Camping Ashley.
Is that Camping Ashley? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that old Bare Hands? That's another girl's name.
Bare Hands?
Yeah, because she has huge.
Oh, hang on a second.
Are you dating old Bare Hands? Number 6, if you are extended an invitation to church, heed this warning. No hand-holding, back-scratching, or snuggling of any kind will take place. You see, these gestures would all indicate that he's committed to someone, and, well, he's not. Number 7, no, he's not committed to you. Number 8.
She knows you very well,
Yeah.
doesn't she?
Number 8, never wake Richie up on a Saturday or a Sunday morning before noon. This is a severe offense. Number 9, if you don't like Broadway show tunes, run like hell.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Ruined more than one relationship.
Number 10, these are things to expect if you're going to date Richie T. Number 10, if you're not comfortable with someone who doesn't care what people think, you're with the wrong man. I mean, come on, people. He's toothless. And he walks around without his teeth. He's smiling right now. Big old toothless smile.
That will be fixed soon, though.
Yeah. Christmas.
Christmas.
By Christmas, he'll have teeth.
All he wants for Christmas is his 2 front teeth, and that's for real, folks.
Yeah. Let's see. Number 11, when he says, I'll call you back in about an hour, this is code for, if you don't hear from me in an hour, call me back. Yeah.
I'm really bad at that.
He does that with me, too. So.
Yeah.
Number 12, when having a conversation with Rick,
Richie.
yeah, you must understand that at no point in time will you ever have his full attention. He'll either be catching up on the news, writing responses to emails, or thinking of all the things that he needs to be doing. Don't get me wrong, he's an excellent listener. He just has too much to do all the time. Number 13, if at any time you're making plans and he says, yeah, maybe, make alternative plans. That means no. That just means no. Number 14, Richie may not be there all the time, but he is always there when you need him the most.
Oh. That was nice.
Gee,
Is that true?
Yeah. Maybe. I think. Yeah, I try to be. People need it.
Number 15, he will hit on your mom.
Oh!
Don't try to stop it. It's inevitable. See, he's going to end up marrying an older woman with kids. And number 16, you should not expect gifts of any kind on special occasions. The only gift he gives is the gift of his presence. And that is presence, not presents. There you go. 16 things you ought to know if you're going to be dating Richie T.
From Hell Show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Yes, and that's the numbers that you should contact us to check in.
Yes, we have one brave person so far. Debbie is holding on the line, but let's officially begin the program. Then we'll talk to Debbie, and then we'll talk to maybe some other people who call us at 877-602-9696.
Try it. It's fun.
Yeah. Sponsor?
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
The moon. When I left the concert last night, it was beautiful.
Beautiful
Huge,
coming in, yeah.
Huge moon in the sky. It's 94.5% of full. But it's a waning moon. It'll be going away. The next moon set is today at 9:34 a.m. Today being Tuesday. It's the 5th day of December in the year of our Lord 2017. This is North America's most needy radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, the needy Kerry Jackson, the always grasping and needy Bill Allred, the very, very in need of praise all the time, Gina Marie Barberi, the senior executive producer of the show. He's a basket of needy.
He's a basket of needy.
That's like a basket of deplorables.
Right,
he's a basket of needy.
Okay.
He's Richard Thomas Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, is producing video for the show today. You can see us live at x96.com/live. And Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal, is a helper for the show today.
A helper?
Yeah, he's a helper. So,
All right. Well, let's let me make sure that all the buttons are pressed right, and let's begin checking in with Debbie. Hello, Debbie.
hi, Debbie.
Morning.
Morning. Tell us about
a
you.
little crazy.
Yeah.
I'm late for work, but
Oh.
it's an awesome day. My husband even put on my shoes and socks while I was feeding the baby, and he moved the cars so I could get out of there faster, and I am going to have a great day today.
So how does
Debbie.
your husband look in your shoes and socks?
Yeah.
Do your shoes and socks fit him? He said he put them on.
He put my shoes and socks on my feet while I was feeding the baby.
Oh.
Her arms were
Oh,
full
stop
of baby,
I see.
and
I see.
you have a good man there, Debbie.
Yeah.
I know. I'm pretty excited. So it's going to be an awesome day, even though it starts out a little crazy.
Well, you know, that's great. You sound so positive. You're ready to take on the day. So get out there and do it.
Thanks.
And
You too. Bye, guys.
Hang
Bye.
up. Hang up.
We'll see you. That's Debbie, everybody.
You don't like the positive people,
No,
Bill?
that was great.
Okay.
But
Sheena.
I've had enough of it. Sheena.
Yes.
Yes, tell us about your day, your life. What are you doing?
Well, today, actually, I'm the designer that called you a couple weeks ago. I work for the essential oil company,
Oh, yeah.
and we have a field trip at work today. So
A field trip.
We're headed out
I'm
to
just
Bears
gonna
Ears
say-
to see where we're building next. That's where we're headed, yeah.
yeah, we're going to the printer so we can see how the labels are printed and hopefully do our jobs a little bit
That'll be
better
fun.
too. So
Now, Sheena, do you care to tell us which essential oil company you work for?
I work for Young Living.
Okay.
I thought it was essential oil. I thought it was actual oil.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's not oil shale.
No.
Oil shale is what I thought you were saying. I'm sorry.
It's the smelly good
So
oil.
my joke doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good smelling one.
Although when you called last time, I was also under the impression that you worked for an oil company,
yeah,
like petroleum.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
No,
All right.
I work in the labeling for
That's right, I remember.
Young Living, so we do all the labels for the bottles and supplements and everything. So.
Well, send us a sample of your artwork, will you?
And as with every field trip, stay with your partner.
Yes,
okay?
have a buddy.
Have a
Yes,
buddy.
buddy system.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'd like to see your work. So just email us some copies of the labels or something.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye, Sheena.
Bye,
All right. And Daniel is checking in.
Damn,
Hello.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up with you today?
Oh, just commuting up to Layton from Salt Lake City.
That's right.
What do you do up there, Daniel?
I deal drugs, dispense drugs. I'm a pharmacist intern.
A pharmacist intern.
So he's
So they don't let you dispense the really good drugs. It's the
Yeah, no, we dispense those, and then we tell people not to drive. We're those guys.
So being an intern. Does that mean you're still learning the pharmacy, how to be a proper druggist?
Yeah. It means I'm in pharmacy school. I'm in my fourth year, so
Okay.
this May I'll be all done.
Now, Daniel, will you work for a compounding pharmacy?
I wouldn't mind working for a compounding pharmacy, but I'm likely to end up at the back of a grocery store.
Yeah.
that's where you start.
It seems would be more fun to do a compounding, because really the other way you're just counting pills, right?
There's more to it than that, Bill.
No,
Don't.
Oh, you have to know how to do a label and count pills.
And you have to know what mixes with what, and don't do that. And
It's all on a printout, Gina. all on a printout.
That's Bill Allred
Yeah, it is.
dumbing down what pharmacists do.
Yeah, there are so many alarms you got to get used to just not getting, not just saying, okay, override.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't
you'll pay
understand that
attention.
at all. Okay.
All right, Daniel.
All right, Daniel. Thanks.
We'll see you.
All right, have a good morning.
Just give me the drugs, Daniel. Let's see, Emily. Last night was awesome. Thanks, X96, for the high school feels. Let's see, London FOP checking in. Has Utah had all its national parks taken away to make room for big oil?
Not yet, but
Not
it's
yet.
coming.
Working on it. New Mexico Tony checking in. It's a little chilly here
Hi-oh.
this morning.
Hey.
Driving to Eden from Harriman, got up way too hugging early, but it's a busy day in garage doors.
Okay. Kimberly checking in. App is not working. You're the only one who's complained about that, Kimberly. So, well, you can't hear me, so never mind. Good morning, lords and lady. Today is my first day back after an accident and facial reconstruction.
Oh, my gosh.
100% effort today.
Wow.
Anonymous city cop checking in. Bill, always feel free to call us for an escort into the building.
All right. I will.
Is that someone you encountered last night?
No. When she's talking about this
here. Oh, down here, yeah.
So maybe I will. I'll sit in my car and dial 911, and then when the cops show up, I'll.
Well, you need to get this guy's number. Yeah. I've got it right here. Okay. Boring New York City lawyer checking in. Bill, with the crazy on the street, always watch to make sure you don't get hit by a pee bottle. That's the only real danger.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Holly checking in. Big Gibby, Evil Green. Let's see. Good morning, lords and lady. Thanks for letting me listen. Best end of the program, Spanish Fork, 17 years. All right.
Okay.
Brace face Holly checking in.
Braces.
Yeah.
Needing about 57%, she said.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's.
Teacher Emily. All right.
I guess the New Mexico friend of the program says it is chilly today, but it'll be hot tamale.
Hi-oh.
Hey!
Yeah. So coming up after this, we got news on the way, and then we'll start our X poll. We want you to think, and not just on the short list that was released yesterday or this morning.
We'll tell you what it is. The Time Magazine Person of the Year.
You don't have to stick to that list.
No.
You can go off that list.
Yeah.
Who should be the Person of the Year?
Person of the Year, both in the world and perhaps local as well.
Yes.
Give us two in the X Poll. That'll be coming up.
Be thinking about that, and we'll get to your answers in about 20 minutes. Let's see. So news is next. Shamrock Plumbing.
Yeah, it's and now it's gotten cold.
People are going to start having plumbing problems. That's one of the things that happens when it starts being freezing.
I wonder. I wonder if I drained the sprinklers.
You can't remember?
Well, no. But they don't deal with that.
No.
But
it's
pipes,
water.
But pipes freeze
Yes,
in your
they do.
house. I've had it happen. So have Shamrock Plumbing. Check it out. Make sure that everything's going all right. And remember, they also sell water heaters and water softeners.
I've had them replace my previous water softener with one of their systems. They said, if you don't like it, we'll come and put the old one back in. I said, no, this is great. Leave it. I love it.
So they've put this in big, bold letters. No one can beat Shamrock's pricing. Guaranteed. Call Shamrock Plumbing for pricing before you buy anywhere else. And so you should call them at this number, 801-295-1690. That's 295-1690. Or go to the website, shamrockplumbing.net.
Oh, traffic. Geez. See, I'm tired. I forgot how to do my job.
Traffic lights are in the flash mode, 47th South, 27th West in Taylorsville. Treat that as a four-way stop. Crash northbound SR 36 at Mills Junction in Tooele County. The cars are on the right shoulder, adding to some congestion already in that area. If you see something, you can text it to us, 33986.
Keep the radio on. A 1 hour nonstop music wingding starts at 10. X96.
So I've been thinking about something as I've been on this trek. This has really been kind of the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Walking along, and I mean, this is a staggeringly beautiful country. The vistas are almost indescribable. you see, we had a very good view of Mount Everest, Sagarmatha, today, and it looks tiny down at the end of the Khumbu Valley. It looks very small because we're walking past mountains we're very close to mountains that are huge, like Amada Blam, which Dean has summited. How high is Amada Blam?
A little over 23,000 feet.
That's, of course, Dean Cardinal. So we pass mountains like that, and they make Everest look small. 5.5 hours today on the trail, very difficult, and I've had a lot of time to think. And the other day, something just popped into my head when we were trekking around, and I thought, when we get to the monastery, I'm going to cut all my hair off. It's not I talked to my wife, and she said, why are you going to do that? And I said, well, I don't know, it just popped into my mind, and I'm kind of tired of dealing with it on the trail. My hair is always soaking wet from sweat, and she said, is it a spiritual thing? And I said, well, maybe kind of it is. It is kind of. It's a humility thing, and I feel very humbled by this experience, by what I'm doing here. It's very difficult. I see people around me carrying 200 pounds on their back, and I can barely make it up the hill with 8 pounds on my back. And a Geljan Sherpa says, Bill, can I take some? Let me carry your water. Let me, I am humbled by this experience. And now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to come back and be all weird and religious or anything like that. But it is a humbling experience, and I'm going to go to the monastery here at Tengboche tomorrow sometime, and I guess one of the monks will shave my head, and you'll hear about it on the radio. That's it for now from Tengboche, and namaste, everyone. Namaste.
pretty.
Wow.
It's almost. I
have one.
I read that and I thought, no.
I have one Big Mac and I'm Stuffed.
I mean, I could.
Well, and how often do you have one Big Mac?
Rarely.
Once a year?
I could
Yeah.
eat all of that.
You could?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could. I could, but that doesn't mean I would.
I think most people physically couldn't eat that much.
Wow.
Wasn't it? We went over to the mall, to the McDonald's at the mall when they were doing those McDonald's.
They were doing
triples
doubles or triples. I can't remember.
I mean, it was a huge Big Mac, and I ate. How many did I eat? I ate at least 2. Wow. We did it as just kind of.
Was it a stunt?
Yeah, well, kind of.
More of a dare, really.
Yeah, it was a dare. I don't think we didn't record it or anything. We just talked about it on the radio.
Yeah.
I ate at least 2 of them.
All right. Big boy news and opinioendo now. X-Poll coming up in about 10 minutes. But news now brought to you by.
This holiday season, dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District featuring Mediterranean, Small Plates and Wine Bar, Laziz Kitchen, Middle Eastern Food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Water Witch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South Track Station.
All right, Gina, I'm going to start the news with a story for you about murder. Murder! An Oakland dentist.
Yeah, oh, dentist murder.
Dentists sometimes really go off the tracks.
Yeah.
Well, of course, any profession. Sometimes they really go off the tracks. An Oklahoma dentist.
Oakland or Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Charged in the death of his mistress's baby.
Mistress?
Now is accused of trying to hire a hitman from jail to kill her.
What? There's so many things.
Layers.
Burt Franklin of Tulsa, Oklahoma, was charged with conspiracy to commit murder after he allegedly approached another inmate to kill Roxanne Randall. When you get out, here's what you do. Authorities said that dentist Franklin paid $300 to hire a mobster to kill Randall. A witness.
$300?
Oh, listen, I could.
No, see, you get what you pay for in this instance.
Gina, I'm $300. There are people here. I could have you killed for $150. I know people who would do
a free
it.
T-shirt.
Yeah. Well, or tickets to the next show. Yeah. He and Randall.
It's all on tape, by the way. I
Yeah.
just want you to know.
Yeah. Well,
Bill did it.
Yeah.
If I'm dead, Bill did it.
He and Randall were having an affair in July of 2016, when he allegedly assaulted her 19-month-old son, Lincoln Lewis, and that led to the
That's how he got incarcerated?
child's death. Yes, authorities said that Mr. Franklin, dentist Franklin, was seen on home surveillance video slamming the toddler around. I'm not going to go into other details, but they are here. Although it said later he appeared to be carrying the limp boy as he headed for the kitchen for a slice of pizza. Yeah. The dad of 4 reportedly dated Randall, his mistress, for a year while he was still married. Franklin is slated to go to trial Monday for the baby's murder, but proceedings were postponed due to these new allegations of murder. All right. California. Jeez.
Santa Ana winds are wreaking havoc.
A rapidly growing wildfire in the foothills north of Los Angeles has threatened hundreds of homes, forcing nearby residents to evacuate after causing at least one death. Now, the death was a traffic accident related kind of to the fire. Some 1,000 households in Ventura County, about 70 miles northwest of Los Angeles, were told to leave as the 10,000, at least at the time of this writing, 10,000-acre wildfire known as the Thomas Fire burned dry brush after erupting earlier last night. Ventura County officials said on Twitter one motorist was killed while fleeing the fire. People are evacuating. This is a report that was probably done a few hours ago on the Huffington Post. I don't know, if it's gotten any homes yet or anything like that, but the potential is just horrible. Now, hundreds of protesters greeted Donald Trump here in Salt Lake City at the state capitol, and there were actually police officers in downtown Salt Lake, I believe this was on State Street or right around there, I'm thinking this is the first time they've ever been able to get out their riot gear. Now, they didn't
have to
really need it or use it, but they had it. They had the helmets and the clear shields and all of that stuff. Hundreds of protesters lined the streets in hopes of sending a message to President Trump before and after he announced changes to Bears Ears and the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monuments, even after a group split off from the Capitol crowd, marching downtown and squaring off briefly with police in riot gear near State Street and First South. That was well after Trump had departed. It ended up being nonviolent. But there was some. I mean, there was some yelling, and they blocked State Street. All of these people.
Well, and there was that says hundreds, but the pictures I've seen, thousands.
Yeah, there were thousands at the Capitol.
And Dick Clark forwarded a tweet of a guy who had a CNN is fake news T-shirt on, and one of those batons.
See,
and apparently, he hit somebody with that baton.
I saw that, and it wasn't clear in the. It might have been a retweet.
If you go back to the original tweet, apparently that guy had smacked somebody with that baton.
I know Dick said I saw him hit somebody with the baton, but it didn't say where. I didn't realize it was here.
Yeah.
It was just a...
Oh, yeah, it was here.
It was here.
Well, that guy's face is clearly on film.
Let's see who he is.
Let's have him arrested.
Well, that's why Dick was tweeting it. He says, "Hey," and he tagged some law enforcement.
Oh, did he? Dick, if you call the cops, and say tell them what you saw, and of course they may say, well, if the person he hit doesn't press charges, they can't do anything.
Yeah,
but so there was, there was a lot of people there, and that made me feel good. I mean, it was nice.
Yeah. Well, we made national news with footage of the protest because they were surprised everywhere that Utah was protesting.
And I was listening to it, and I had to stop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just...
Now, I was at my book club yesterday late afternoon, when all of a sudden everybody's phones... Even though your phone, no, actually my phone was silent. So I had it on silence, so it didn't happen. But 4 or 5 phones in the book club all started going beep beep, and people look puzzled when that happens because it's not a notification that they have set on their phone. It was this Amber Alert. 2 young sisters, police say, were held by a religious sect leader. They've been found. The Amber Alert was for them. They were missing for a while. Nobody knew quite where they were. They were hungry and cold and alone in a remote southwestern, in a remote part of southwestern Utah. I believe they were in shelter in a house. But police arrested Samuel Warren Schaefer and spotted the sisters nearby after somebody tipped off police that the man who was named in an Amber Alert Monday was walking alone in Lund, which is out in the Escalante desert. I haven't really read much about what this religious cult is, but it's something that he started apparently.
Oh, it's
it's something that he started, and but at any rate, the girls have been found safe. Yeah, Richie knows about religious cults.
I don't know what you're insinuating. Survivalist, an extreme survivalist cult is what they are. Basically, that the end of the world is coming, and to be prepared, and everything you need is from the land, and we just need to gather it. Survivalist.
So the girl's father is part of this cult, I guess. Now, this guy that they arrested was not their father, but he was also involved in the cult.
The prophet. Well, I think he was the self-proclaimed prophet of this particular cult.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dick Clark clarifying, he says, I wasn't able to attend the protest, but Dr. Paul White and Virgil Glass witnessed.
Saw that guy hit somebody.
But unless the victim comes forward, I don't think we can do anything. Thank you, Dick.
Just to go back to that survivalist thing for a minute, we didn't do the story that was last week, but there was a fire in southern Utah, and they discovered all these caches of...
Yeah, I've got that. I'll bring it up.
Okay, because I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, it was. Well, I'll tell. It was the Bryan Head fire, the big Bryan Head fire, and it denuded a lot of the mountainside, and they found. I think it was just one.
No, I think it was more than one.
Several underground survivalist bunkers.
Really,
with ammo and guns and food,
my God.
and just that were buried in the ground.
A man...
Negan will survive The Walking Dead.
A man who police say shot at a witness who was following him after allegedly stealing a package off a porch has been arrested.
Oh.
Unified police officers, along with West Wendover police, say that they arrested Patrick Laugan in a gift shop at the Red Garter Casino in West Wendover. Last Wednesday, witnesses saw a couple take some boxes off of a porch in Harriman and drive away. The witness attempted to follow the car and take pictures of it with his cell phone so they could catch him.
Yeah.
And then a man in a black baseball cap leaned from the front passenger window and fired one round at the people who were following him, trying to take a picture with a cell phone. So police released pictures. They received several tips about who owned the car, and they arrested him. How much time do we have here?
It's time for sports weather traffic.
I just wanted to mention one last thing here. Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
We all know the allegations against him, House of Cards and all of that. Well, Gabriel Byrne, who was in Usual Suspects with Kevin Spacey, said, when we were doing that movie, production was halted for a while because of Kevin Spacey's sexual behavior.
How did that not come out before?
Because
how did all this?
There were people who didn't want it to come out, but they had to stop production for a while and deal with it, and then they went back and finished the movie.
He didn't. Does he get into specifics?
I think he does. It's not in this story. I'd have to link it to another one. People would say, "Oh, that's just Kevin."
No, that's not an excuse for.
Yeah, but
sports weather traffic.
The Jazz are awesome.
Really? I'm not used to hearing that.
Well, no, and you were not used to hearing that just a couple of weeks ago. They had a crummy record, and we're not doing much, and they've turned it around in an amazing way. They beat the Wizards last night, 116-69. They're on fire. Rudy Gobert's back, and let's see, they are on the road tonight in Oklahoma City. So go Jazz. That's
okay.
That's brought to you by Haster Games. They have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it. 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com. It is very cold this morning. Let's see. Right now we've got 25, and it's only going to get up to about 36. And we're just going to be cold for days, which means we're going to get inversion-y.
Yep.
So try to curtail your trips and idling and all that.
Or
stuff.
breathing. Try to curtail your breathing.
Let's see if we've got any accidents to tell you about. Nope. Maybe you have one you want to share with everybody. 33986.
Share your accident with us.
Yeah. We've got the Expo coming up right now.
Yes.
Snow's coming, and your car or truck should be equipped for it now. Snow tires at Big O Tires start at just $39.95. New wipers are also a good idea. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
So every year, Time Magazine does their Person of the Year. And sometimes it's not a person, it's a thing. And they've released it comes out in a week or so, something like that, the Person of the Year. They've done a short list, though, of the 10... One of these 10 things or people.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
They're a possibility. One of these will
President Trump is on that list, alongside Kim Jong-un, Special Counsel Robert Mueller, Colin Kaepernick is a possibility, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Jeff Bezos, the chief of Amazon, is on the list, Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins, then the Me Too movement, hashtag Me Too movement, and the Dreamers. That's all on the short list of contenders. And I guess probably one of that.
So one of them will be Person of the Year.
I think so. They said yeah, one of them will be. So who do you think should be Person of the Year? That's Time Magazine.
And you notice from the list, Person of the Year doesn't necessarily mean, hey, this person is great.
Yeah.
No, because during Watergate, Nixon was Person of the Year, wasn't he?
Kim Jong-un, the president of North Korea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wasn't Hitler Person of the Year once?
I think he might have been the first one, or early on. Yeah.
So
it doesn't have to be a good guy.
Yeah. Now you don't have to stick to that. You don't have to stick to that list either. If you have a better idea.
Yeah. So who should be Person of the Year? Maybe nationally, or though in the world, and maybe you've got a local one too that you want to do.
Yeah.
So 877-602-9696. Who would you nominate to be Person of the Year and get your picture on the virtual cover of Time Magazine? Do they actually do a magazine anymore?
Yeah,
or is it all online?
I see it at the grocery store sometimes.
The first Person of the Year was Charles Lindbergh.
Charles Lindbergh.
No, that racist. He was just an awful person. But he flew, Lucky Lindy, he flew from the United States to Paris.
Yeah, that's why he was Person of the Year, not because he was a racist.
And his baby got kidnapped.
That's right, the Lindbergh baby.
Yeah. 877-602-9696. Who should be Person of the Year?
It's a text. Hi, my name's Logan. For Time Person of the Year, my vote would be the Dreamers.
Yeah, that's on the short list.
Or Robert Mueller.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, he thinks that Bob from Stranger Things, or Barb.
Barb.
Okay.
Okay.
And for the love of God, if Trump wins, I'm done with humanity.
Yeah, Adolf Hitler was in 1938.
Yeah, 38.
Yeah.
So there you go. You got to decide. 877-602-9696. Who do you think should be Person of the Year?
I mean, from that list, I would say Colin Kaepernick. And the reason that one sticks out for me is he's somebody I changed my mind about.
That's true. You were never.
I hated Colin Kaepernick.
You were never in for Kaepernick.
I thought he was a cocky, pompous little jerk.
Which is why I always liked him.
And then you hear about all the charity work he does.
Tons of charity work he does, and he is sticking by something he believes strongly in, and he's brought a nation along with him. And I have changed my tune about Colin.
I would like it for those reasons, and it would drive Trump crazy.
Yeah, I would.
It would just, his head would explode.
And especially having him on the cover of a magazine with his giant afro, and yeah. I love everything about it.
All right, 877-602-9696. Let's go to Risa. Is it Risa?
Hi, Risa.
Yeah, you got it, Carrie.
Hi.
Risa.
Good morning, lords and ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. So who do you think should be Person of the Year and why?
I personally think it should be Dr. Leah Torres because she is a wonderful advocate for women's rights and choices about our bodies, and she was my OB with my last baby, who's almost 5 months old.
Well, we love Dr. Torres. She's
Wait a minute, I only thought she just killed babies.
No.
No, and in fact, when I was telling her I'm done with babies, I want to be fixed so I don't have any more babies, she made sure that I was absolutely certain that's what I wanted before she did it.
So you're spayed.
Yes.
Yes.
She is all about making sure that you know what you're getting yourself into, one way or the other.
She's terrific.
Yeah, she is great.
She is awesome.
Utah women are lucky to have her.
If you'd like to hear something about Leah Torres, I did a Let's Go Eat show with her some time ago, and it would be in the archives at the letsgoeatshow.com. We had a very nice discussion.
I'll have to look for it.
All right.
Let's see. Line 3 dropped. Okay.
That was Scott. I wanted to hear your reasons for that. 877-602-9696. Who should be I haven't really thought of one. I haven't thought of one yet.
Now, see, again, I'd love it to be Kaepernick because it would Trump's head would explode. Mine kind of dovetails from the Me Too movement.
Okay.
I think that American women should be Person of the Year.
Just that.
American women this year, look at, starting with the protests right after the election.
The Women's March and
everywhere you look, women have been leading the charge. Yeah. And that's terrific. And I'm glad. So they're showing it this year.
And you got Wonder Woman?
You got Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But I think women in general.
He means
American
real women, though.
No,
but that's
I'll
part
put
of
Wonder
it.
Woman there because she's inspirational as hell.
This was the right year for that movie to come out, I think.
Exactly. So, let's see. BB-8 for Person of the Year.
Oh, that's interesting. Somebody says Hillary Clinton. She's not on the list.
Oh.
She's not going to go away, huh? Is that what we're saying? She could just go away, 877-602-9696.
Oh, I like this one. My Person of the Year would be that gal that flipped off Trump's motorcade.
Okay.
Let's see. Obama should be Person of the Year. J.J. Watt for raising millions of dollars for hurricane relief.
Yeah, he did.
For a negative person of the year, they should have a Nazi flag because of its inexplicable resurgence. Well, that's depressing. Let's see.
Ooh, Vladimir Putin was person of the year in 2007.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think the person of the year should be Jimmy Kimmel. His moving story about his son's health care was much needed. Brett says Adam West.
Yeah. Do they have to be alive? I guess.
Well,
no.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Why would they have to be alive?
No. Okay, they don't have to be alive. I was just wondering if that was one of Time Magazine's requirements.
I don't think so, because they have things that aren't people.
Yeah.
That's true.
What did they have? The computer? What? Didn't they have a big smiley face one time on the covers?
I'm looking at all of them.
Person of the year.
1 year it was The Protester was Person of the Year. 1 year it was Ebola Fighters Person of the Year.
Do you remember that they tried to do this? They put a reflective cover on the front of the
That's
magazine.
you. I
and
have
said,
that. It's
you are the Person of the Year.
You are the Person of the Year.
That was kind of a desperate attempt to keep the magazine alive, wasn't it?
And the reflective cover didn't work too well, as I recall.
877-6. Nobody wants to call on the phone to talk about
It's all right.
So.
We'll end the X poll here if you insist. 877-602-9696. Because
I don't think traffic is keeping you from calling in because we're smooth sailing this morning. Big change from yesterday. The weather's great and there's no accidents to report. Unless you want to report something, text it to us, 33986.
So if you want to call during this commercial break, we'll do a little more X-Poll at 877-602-9696. But if you don't call, then we won't do any more.
No, it's up to you. All right, let's see. So KXRK Provo, we need
hurrah, the last hurrah!
Oh, that's the New Year's celebration?
Yeah, it's at the Gateway, the New Year's celebration, and can you guess the date?
I'm guessing it's December 31st.
Right.
Okay.
At the Gateway, it's called the Last Hurrah, and Downtown SLC presents it along with the Gateway. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. The main stage will be headlined by singer-songwriter Joshua James. Opening acts include DJ Flash and Flair, and Afro-Brazilian drums, and the fire troupe called Samba Frogo. I've seen them. That they are very exciting. It's really amazing.
Now, what does all this cost, Bill?
This is free, basically.
What?
You just go to the Gateway on December 31st, and it's free. Now, if you want to go into the lounge, if you're 21 and older, you can purchase cocktails and things like that. There will be beer and food for sale at the. So if you want to you should bring along a little money, but you don't have to spend any if you don't want to. You can just watch the entertainment. The Last Hurrah is a new event presented by NBC, Comcast, Universal, and supported by Rocky Mountain Power, Salt Lake City, ZAP, Sarton and Saunders, Sugar House Distillery, Downtown SLC presents, and the Gateway. For more information, visit lasthurrahslc.com.
X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes emergency shelters or housing programs.
Drop off blankets, coats, boots, hats, and gloves at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer and join us on December 20th and 21st as we do our annual broadcast from the Road Home. X96 will broadcast live for 2 days from the Road Home Salt Lake Community Shelter to raise funds to provide shelter, supportive services, and housing all year long.
Go to
So, I realize I haven't talked a lot about food on the trail, and I'll try to send you some pictures. I've actually taken some pictures of plates of food that I've been eating, but it's really interesting. All the places we stop at tea houses for food, and lunch and dinner, and generally we'll have hot black tea. And then you can order. There there are a variety of things on the menu, and they're all kind of the same. You know, you can get spaghetti with meat sauce, spaghetti with tomato sauce, spaghetti with a fried egg on top, and then there are also various local things that you can have. For instance, tonight I'm having Sherpa stew with vegetables. And if I want to, I could have Sherpa stew with vegetables and meat, and that would probably be buffalo meat? Buffalo meat. I decided I could have a steak. It's a buffalo steak. I'd have thought, I don't think I want a buffalo steak. So there are all kinds of things you can eat. And the service is really pretty good. It's not very crowded up here at this time of the year, and so the service is pretty fast, and they bring stuff out. But it's, I don't know how to describe. It sounds like normal food, but it isn't. It has a really all of it has a very odd kind of twist to it. It's good. It's filling. But it all has this kind of, like I had a tuna sandwich today. I said, let me try a tuna sandwich and a bowl of soup. Well, the tuna sandwich was just a canned tuna on bread that had been heated up, and I don't think there was anything else on the bread. Just tuna and bread, and then it had been heated up. It was a little odd, but believe me, I ate it. And then one of my favorite things, though, is potato time with the Sherpa guys who are carrying our stuff. A great crew of guys carrying our stuff, and they all gather around and have potato time. There's a big plate of like red potatoes back home, small red potatoes, and they bake them up and they take them in their hands and they rub the skin off of them, and then they dip the potato in this kind of hot, spicy pepper. Chili pepper stuff. Really good. A hot potato, nothing like it at the end of 2 hours I walked up and up and up today. We'll tell you more about it coming up.
Hell is on X96. Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
All
right, 7:03, and the X poll. I guess
continues.
It continues.
Oh,
look
People
at
are
that.
calling in now.
Yeah, it's who do you think should be Person of the Year, a la Time magazine? They do that every year. Person of the Year can be somebody in the world, somebody locally, or both.
Or a thing. An idea could be person.
Yeah, 877-602-9696. Let's go to the phones there.
All
I
right.
think there's some pretty interesting ones there.
Yeah,
too.
let's go to Sherry, first of all. Hello, Sherry.
Hello,
Who did you pick for
I-
Person of the Year?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ah.
Okay, why?
She does so much for people. Especially for children and education.
Mm-hmm.
And education is a big thing in the world
Yep.
that we all need.
Yeah, she does support. She supports
Mhm.
teachers very much.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I love
Yeah.
Ellen.
yeah. Well, that's a good choice.
She's one of the good ones.
All right, thank you.
She is.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
We'll see you. All right, Jay. This is going to be interesting.
Jay, I think this is great. Tell us who you think should be Person of the Year.
Oh, come on, Kerry. It's Kevin Spacey, clearly.
And
Clearly.
I think I understand your thinking
Yeah,
here, Jay.
well-
but explain.
Go ahead, Jay.
Well, Time Magazine's definition is most influential.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's true.
necessarily have to be a good person.
Mhm.
Without Kevin Spacey, that wouldn't have spawned the Me Too movement, which is one of the most, easily one of the most influential things of the year. Without
Isn't-
Kevin Spacey, we don't have all of these people coming out, and all of these other perverts still have jobs in Hollywood.
How
But
about
wasn't it
Harvey
Har-
Weinstein?
Well, I think Harvey
Wasn't
Weinstein came
that the
before
first?
Yeah,
Kevin
he
Spacey.
was before Spacey, but
That's true, but I mean, would we have caught some of these other guys? Everybody can get taken down by a simple
Yeah,
claim
I say
right now. I
I
mean,
say
we got the-
a dual cover. Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein, in profile, face to face.
Oh, that's perfect. That's
All
just perfect.
no. Let's give it to the Me Too movement.
Yeah, because that covers all.
Yeah,
that covers
because-
all of it.
Yeah, because then you're
Thanks, Jay.
ham-handed there a bit, Jay. Let's go to Al. What do you say, Al?
It's got to be FBI director, or former FBI director, James Comey.
Oh.
He's pretty. It's a pretty interesting character for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he got the whole thing rolling here, and then with the whole controversy last year and everything like that, he's got to have a good story.
Yeah, I think we're going to be hearing more from him. He's been quiet for a while, but I think as the investigation goes on, he'll circle back around and we'll learn more there. So
I've heard people talk about James Comey who have worked for him and who know him, and they say, and a bunch of them have said, he is just a man of complete integrity. He's never makes any mistakes except that thing with Hillary Clinton. He kind of slipped up there.
Yeah, that's why I'm not willing to jump on the Comey bandwagon.
But I think he is a pretty interesting character. That's for sure. Thanks, Al.
Sure. Yeah, take care.
Thanks. All right, let's go to Michael. Hi, Michael.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good. How are
what's
you?
up?
I think I'm great. I think the person of the year, or persons of the year, should be the predators, the molesters, the pedophiles, and I think they should win a prize package. What I think they should win is a facial tattoo of their crime, amputation of the arms, and a castration.
Okay, I'm good with that.
That'd be a great fitting.
I'm good with that.
That's pretty. That's
There you go.
Thanks for lightening up
Yeah.
things there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, let's see. Brett says person of the year, famous pervs. That's Stephanie says Ronan Farrow.
You know what? He's the one that brought the whole Weinstein thing to the
Yeah,
forefront.
he's been working on it for more than a year now. Shin says Deadpool.
That won't happen.
I think that was
So-
year before.
Already got the cover of Good Housekeeping.
That's true. Let's see. Orrin Hatch for single-handedly ruining our great state, education, economy, and environment. Amber says Negan, person of the year. Stephen Colbert for his brilliance in helping many maintain sanity in this crazy time.
It's kind of like the Jimmy Kimmel one.
Yeah. Kimmel or Colbert, that'd be interesting choices.
Jimmy says, wouldn't most influential be Russia, really?
Yeah. Well, that's what. Oh, see now all this email is coming in saying Russia. It should be Russia. Russia.
Good heavens! I'm getting tweeted. Hundreds and hundreds.
The bots are saying it's Russia.
Yes. All right. Let's go to Sean. Hello,
Hi,
Sean.
Hi.
Go ahead, Sean.
I think it should be Chester Bennington.
Oh, okay.
Lincoln Park.
Well, and it could be. I mean, we lost a few people like that.
Yeah, that's
Chris
true.
Cornell, and it could be.
Yeah.
Well, they could put a big pill on the cover and say the opioid crisis.
They could.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Makes sense.
Thank you very much. Yeah, well.
I still haven't really thought of anybody that
Well, you're running out of time.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't.
you got to pick somebody.
I do?
Yes.
I can't. I can't there's nobody. I can't think of anybody I really, really admire right now.
But it doesn't have to be someone you admire.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm sticking with mine, American women.
Carrie's is a good one.
That's what I've decided. American
that's
women.
good.
They have
American women.
They have been kicking ass this year, and I love it.
I'm Lenny Kravitz, person of the year. Lenny Kravitz.
All right,
okay,
there we go. That's a good place to end the X-Bowl. Let's see. Before we get to traffic, we had a great time last night. Thank you all for showing up to the concerts. I thought that I don't know how, but they found me.
Yeah, if you weren't there, it was really fun because Dallin Weeks backstage, we're all waiting to go up and introduce him. He's like, "Okay, you guys got to help me kick off the show."
Yeah, I need clapping and stomping.
And the first song they did is called "Nobody Likes the Opening Band," which I think is hilarious.
When he kept commenting throughout the set that he did, he said, "Okay, I do everything that you're not supposed to do as a band. First of all, you're not supposed to be the lead guitarist is not a bass, and then the bassist doesn't sing.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing.
And you're not supposed to use backing tracks anymore, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. And you're not supposed to put this crap on your face." He had like
Glitter.
glitter and stars on his face, and
they were wonderful. And Dashboard.
How was Dashboard?
So they came here and did a Lounge X first.
I hear it went very well.
That John Smith said was amazing.
Yeah.
And he said Chris Carrabba was just the nicest guy, and that continued into last night. You can see the Lounge X at x96.com.
Oh, so if you couldn't make it, that's good.
And Richie interviewed. I don't know how, but they found me too. There's a link to that as well.
And Dallin's lovely wife Breezy was backstage, and I just chatted with her for a little bit, and I said, you must be really proud. And I mean, first of all, your husband Dallin is one of the nicest people you'd ever want to talk to.
He's
or meet.
handsome and talented,
and he is. I mean, he's just genuine and nice. And I said, so that's great, but you must be really proud of him doing this. And she said, well, it makes him very happy, and I like it.
Aww.
And it's great for him because he enjoys doing something a little different from.
They're a good couple.
Yeah,
I think
so.
Nice.
Nice.
And I guess maybe later we'll talk a little bit about some of the people we met last night. And
we're going to do that.
Yeah,
Had some encounters.
Yeah, that's part of something I want to talk about coming up.
All right, stand by for all of that.
I have a little bit of traffic. 5-car pileup, I-15 southbound Layton Parkway. Accident moved to the left shoulder, but slowing is backing up traffic there. And that came from a friend of the program, sent that in via text, 33986. And that's a big crash, but it's the only one that's being reported right now.
Here are your boner candidates for round one coming up. Boner candidate number 1, lighten up. I was making a little joke. Number 2, special delivery. And boner candidate number 3, Orrin Hatch.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, round 1 of the boner voting, along with big boy news and innuendo coming up. But first, ranlife.com.
You need a mortgage? These are the people to talk to because they're local. They hold the mortgage on my house.
Yeah.
Well, here I am at 12,887 feet, Tengoshe. The Tengoshe Monastery is here, and 5.5 hours on the road to Tengoshe today. The first part of the walk, I'd say the first 3.5 hours, fairly nice, fairly leisurely. We left Namche, and it was just kind of gentle up and down. And then we crossed the river, what's the name of the river again? Dudakosi River. We would cross the river and had some lunch and then started up. And it was, I'm telling you, it was 2 hours, 2.5 hours up, unrelenting up to 12,800 and some odd feet. So it's not a walk in the park. Well, it is a walk in the park. This is the Sagarmatha National Park. Sagarmatha is the name of Everest in Nepal. So anyway, I'm on the trail, and I saw my first yak today. You don't see yak down low. As a matter of fact, if the yak go, I guess, below about 12,000 feet, they will die. They can't go down to where we started. And conversely, there are buffalo down below and cows down below, and they can't come up high, or they will die. And there's a great story about the buffalo and the yak. The yak apparently there's no salt in Nepal, and so the yak decided that they would go to Tibet and find salt for the people of Nepal. And when they got to Tibet was so beautiful, they decided they would just stay. And so the cows, and you'll see the cows and the buffalo always looking up, and they're always looking up wondering when the yak are going to bring the salt back. Did that make sense? Anyway, we passed places that were offering fresh yak cheese. I didn't try it. But I will, and yak milk soon to come. Coming up in just a minute, I'm going to talk more about the trek up here and about the rhododendron forest. We'll talk about that coming up.
with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, let's see, 7:20 right now. Time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote who is the worst, who is the most deserving to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. So if a candidate wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 2 boner voting. That happens at 8:20. Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when Boner of the Day is decided. 2 candidates now, then a third after the news. One of you lucky random voters will receive
I can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
All right, here's boner candidate number 1, and I would suggest that you, if you can, go to x96.com/live to see a picture of this fellow. Lighten up, I was making a little joke. A Florida man is facing charges after he drew, it says here allegedly, but he did it, a disturbing picture depicting an apparent mass shooting on a student's homework assignment. Robert Paul Alexander Edwards of Mexico Beach arrested Friday on charges of writing threats to kill or do bodily injury after a staffer at Port St. Joe Elementary School. It's not Port. It's just Port St. Joe Elementary School. Spotted a student's homework assignment with the troubling drawing on it of a burning building and several people being shot. There he is, and there's the picture that he drew.
Now, I can't really... Are those face tattoos he has?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, lots of them.
And neck tattoos. And I'm amazed that he has a child. The image included that he drew included 2 people on the ground in what appeared to be a pool of blood, said Sheriff Mike Harrison. The words, pew, 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 were written next to the person with the gun. Investigators later determined that Edwards drew the image, but investigators don't believe he had any actual plans to carry out a threat. Mr. Edwards, the cops said they don't know exactly, or they didn't indicate Mr. Edwards' relationship to the student, but then the Port St. Joe Star, a local paper, reported that he's the child's stepfather. Really? Really? Now, he has said, I was just trying to be funny.
No.
Lighten up! I was making a joke.
No.
It's boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. Special delivery! When Nimi Bautista arrived to his Sacramento home on Tuesday, he found what appeared to be dog poop. By the way, this will turn into poop chat.
Oh?
Yeah. Dog poop at the bottom of his driveway down by the street.
Okay.
When he looked at the footage in his security camera, however, he found a dissatisfying surprise.
Oh, boy.
We
got video.
Yeah. X96.com/live. Mr. Bautista said that instead of a puppy relieving itself, he watched a woman who was delivering a package for Amazon driving a U-Haul doing the deed.
Oh, look at that.
He said he was shocked by what he saw.
Wait a minute. She got out of the car?
She got out of the car and just
pooped.
And
she used the door to kind of hide her.
Yeah. Hide what she was doing.
Yeah, you see that?
She squatted in the driveway?
Yeah. And see, there's a pile.
There it is.
There's a pile of feces right there that she left. He said he was shocked by what he saw and immediately contacted Amazon and filed a complaint. A company representative said that they were shocked and they thoroughly apologized. This is and you can tell from the truck and stuff, that's a delivery woman who, like a third party. There are Amazon employees who deliver stuff, but then a lot of times when they get real busy, they hire out to other contractors.
So is that like... I'm trying to figure out if that was like directed at him, like
I
for
don't think
a reason.
So.
Or...
I think
could be she just needed to go.
She said, I wanted Amazon to come and clean it up, Bautista said, adding he missed the delivery by minutes. He was
Apparently, he didn't miss the delivery.
Supervisor. I mean, he was almost home when it occurred.
Well, and if I'd rather clean up dog poop off my driveway than people poop off my
really?
driveway.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's because see, I'd rather clean up people poop. I think that.
I mean,
if you have a choice, the man asked Batista if he would leave the poop by the trash can so that they could,
what?
Swab it for
document it?
Well, Amazon apologized and they offered Mr. Bautista a gift card, and the driver has been dealt with. They told him, so they found out. I guess Amazon found out who it was. So there you go, boner candidate number 2, special delivery.
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, Orrin Hatch.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 after this here big boy news and innuendo brought to you by
Feldman's Deli, Utah's only authentic Jewish deli featuring world-class New York corned beef, pastrami, bagels, matzo ball soup, a variety of specials, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, live music Friday and Saturday nights. Check out feldmansdeli.com.
A woman has been caught trying to smuggle more than 200 pounds of bologna across the border from Mexico.
Can you not get bologna?
Hiding the enormous tubes of meat under the floor mats of her car.
Is bologna currency?
It's an embargo. I mean, this is foreign. This is Mexican bologna, and we don't trust it.
I'll say.
Usually when somebody is found traveling with large quantities of strange items, it's not because of a love of bologna. It's because of drugs. Well, that's usually what happens.
Yeah. For the love of bologna.
But not this lady.
This is just bologna.
Her meats were untainted by either heroin or oxy.
Yeah, because that's what you'd think it'd be like stuffed in the middle of them.
What is so great about this bologna?
Now
you're curious, aren't you?
I want to try some.
This is 227 pounds of pure, unadulterated processed sausage. According to Customs and Border Protection officials at Paso del Norte, asked the woman if she was bringing in any fruit or vegetables or meat products across the border. You can't do that. She said no, despite the 23 rolls of Mexican bologna nestled in her car.
I just really like it.
It's her favorite bologna, I guess. Bologna is not allowed into the U.S. from Mexico due to the possibility of foreign animal diseases.
We have bologna. It's not like that's something you can't get here.
It's Mexican bologna.
It's my favorite bologna.
It's different. Jihadists. Richie sent me this story. A jihadist media group published an image suggesting San Diego could be in the crosshairs of terrorists this holiday season. Now, the San Diego, California temple, is that the LDS temple?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't say that here. In University City appears to be their target of choice.
Did you guys see this picture?
No.
Come around to Bill's computer and look at, or at x96.com/live.
An image of a terrorist holding an assault rifle was superimposed on the Mormon temple, which appears to be on fire. The two towering spires rise up on either side of the jihadists. A statement at the bottom of the image reads, "Coming soon, hashtag San Diego."
Where was this posted?
On a jihadist site.
It says the same media group has recently published other calls for terrorism during the holiday season and made threats against other religious sites. They published this image of a militant facing. Oh, they did one of a militant facing St. Peter's Basilica. Now at x96.com/live, this is the image that they posted on their website.
It's creepy.
It is.
Is it just me because I'm the Mormon?
No, it's creepy.
No, it's we're all humans.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's meant to stir things
well, and that's
up.
and that's the thing is that it's doing what they want it to do to you.
I feel baughty about it, I guess.
Well, University of Utah law professor Amos Giora, who is a counterterrorism expert, was interviewed for a story by Channel 2, and he said the threat should be taken seriously and pointed out that terrorists often mean what they say.
Yes. But at the same time,
well,
they want to scare you, and
Sure.
if you give in to that, then
I think that I think simply what the counterterrorism expert would say is, don't be afraid, be cautious.
Yes,
Be
exactly.
cautious.
And you should be cautious all the time, but not to the point where it's giving you nightmares and making you not leave the house.
But why is it that I feel like Russian bots are like, okay, well,
And then
how are we
there's
going to
that.
stir up America at Christmas time?
There's-
I know we'll send
Could be.
send out pictures of jihadists in front of religion, because it's not just the
Exactly.
Mormon temple, it's the Vatican and other stuff.
That's-
this
that's-
is how we.
yeah,
That's the vibe I get from it.
That's my other feeling on it.
But you don't know.
But I don't know.
You don't know. The fire in Los Angeles, Ventura County, it is now officially. It's destroyed 150 structures.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't say what. That could be sheds, but that could be homes too.
27,000 people have been evacuated. This fire has swept into the city of Ventura, it says, burning 31,000 acres, destroying homes. So that's some of the structures are homes. At least 150 structures, including one large apartment complex, consumed by flames. Many more threatened as the fire crept about a quarter of a mile away from City Hall in the town of Ventura.
And
the Hawaiian Village apartments collapsed at 4 a.m.
The winds are not expected to die down anytime soon.
The
either.
prospect for containment is not good, said Ventura County Fire Chief Mark Lorenzen.
We got video at x96.com/live.
The Thomas Fire, as it's called, burned 31,000 acres, but officials expected it would rip through at least 50,000 acres in the mountains between Santa Paula and Ventura.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is close to there. He's down in the valley, not up in the mountains. But
jeez, it's just there are stories of people evacuating, and it's really
God, California with their fires this year.
Now I'm getting reports about we need to try this Mexican bologna. Apparently, it's really damn good.
I bet it is.
I
bet it is.
It's really
I
good.
love bologna.
The guys I work with are always raving about it. They've shared their hot dogs with me, and I'm hooked.
Mm-hmm.
And they sell it at El Rancho markets.
So this bologna you can get at El Rancho.
I guess that they went through the proper importation procedure to get it at El Rancho,
been
as opposed to.
inspected or
You're going to go try it, aren't
I
you?
got to.
I go to El Rancho market on occasion. I'll go get it. Alabama Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore got into a back and forth Twitter argument with former Massachusetts governor and GOP presidential candidate and Utah's favorite son, Mitt Romney, on Monday, just as new details surrounding Moore's alleged sexual misconduct with minors has surfaced. Roy Moore in the U.S. Senate would be a stain on the Republican Party and on the nation, Romney tweeted. Lee Korfman and other victims are courageous heroes. No vote, no majority is worth losing our honor and our integrity, tweeted Mr. Romney.
I like Mitt Romney more and more.
He's been standing on principle,
which I appreciate.
and that's excellent.
And Roy Moore is going to get elected. So
not with that attitude.
Another Moore accuser has come forward, and she has written evidence that she dated Roy Moore when she was a teenager and he was an adult attorney.
She has a card from him.
Well, and she has a ledger, a diary, and she said, "I dated him. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a great, I thought I was."
She thought she was the only one.
Yeah.
And then she found out about the others, and now it's like my whole, fond memories are are not that now.
Her name is Debbie Gibson.
Oh.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
She has a scrapbook and she has a graduation card written by Moore.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of
your
stuff.
Love. I just can't shake your love.
And Bill O'Reilly, his plan to smear his accusers has backfired. Attorneys have said so that all the settlements he made with these women that he sexually harassed, although he claims they were just accusing him of it so they could get money. They have, as a part of the agreement, they are not supposed to talk about what happened, how much money was paid to them, and what exactly happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one woman has come forward and said I'm going to talk about it, and I have a right to talk about it because he's broken the agreement.
Because he's talked about it.
By making those statements of they were just trying to get me for my money, and I'm nothing
fair.
ever happened. And she's got an attorney who said, he's really sort of broken that bond of silence there. So speak up. Come
for
forward.
her.
Come forward. And she's coming forward and talking about it, and that's good. That's really good. I mean, O'Reilly's already sort of out of the picture, but if we could just drag him down completely, that would be great. And Randy Travis lost his court battle.
Oh, it's kind of sad, really.
He didn't want a video of his arrest, drunk driving arrest, released, but apparently it's public record and he can't block it. And the video is 3 hours long.
Well,
I'm not going to spend 3 hours. Somebody find me the highlights.
TMZ has the highlights for you. That's where you can go and see it there.
He crashed his Trans Am and was found naked at the crash scene after walking to a convenience store, also naked. Randy Travis, if you don't know, is a country singer. Maybe people don't know. Some people don't know that, but yeah, it'd be it's pretty good video, I guess. So, do they blur out his nudity?
They do. Yes.
Okay. All right, that's it. How about some traffic?
Weather traffic.
Yeah, weather brought to you by, upon qualification, buy a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity program, a gift that could mean up to $8,740 for the purchase of a new home. Text the word money to 62687. It is chilly this morning, 25 right now, not going to get a whole lot warmer, 36 for a high. And the inversion begins today, and will just get worse as the week goes on. So try to limit your car activity for the next 4 or 5 days, if you could, please. Crash SR37 milepost 1. This is 10th West in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15 at 13th South, the off-ramp there. And we've got signal problems, US 89 at 20th West, 11th East in American Fork. That's traffic.
Here's boner candidate number 3, Orrin Hatch. Chris Jones tweeted this, a copy of this. That's where I saw it. Asked what he thought of Donald Trump's endorsement of Roy Moore, Orrin Hatch said this, quote, "I don't think he had any choice but to do that. He needs every Republican he can get so he can put his agenda through. That's the only Republican you can possibly get down there at this time. Many of the things that he, Roy Moore, allegedly did were decades ago. That's a decision that has to be made by the people in that state. If they make that decision, who are we to question them?"
He needs to be done being the senator of the state.
Orrin Hatch is boner candidate number 3. I think this stands with no comment.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Let's see. We had boner candidate number 1. Line up. I was just making a little joke. It's a guy who, on his stepson's homework assignment, and this is an elementary school kid, he drew a picture of a school shooting with little stick figures dead and another stick figure shooting people coming out of a school building. Boner candidate number 2, special delivery. A video catching an Amazon courier taking a dump on a customer's driveway. Boner candidate number 3, Orrin Hatch.
There we go. You got to decide now which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which of these 3 deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? If it wins here, it's got a 50-50 chance. Goes up against the winner of round 2. Round 2 at 8:20. Boner fight at 9:20. All right, 1, 2, or 3. Pick the candidate number of the one you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Most people vote that way. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, December 5. Vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right, round one of your boner voting. You've got 300 seconds to do it. Let's go. We're going to be talking games coming up here in a bit. Stand by for that.
Want music? Listen at 10 for a 1-hour non-stop music wingding on X96.
Morning sleep.
We're broadcasting here from Namche Bazaar in Nepal. We're sitting in my room at the Zomling Guest House and Panoramic View restaurant. I met the owner a few minutes ago and did a little interview with him. Maybe you'll hear some of that coming up on the show at some point. An interesting man. His name is Saddam Sherpa, and he is he's from Tibet. He came here from Tibet. And I was just going to ask Geljan, you don't mind being on the radio for a second, do you, Geljan? I'll come over and sit by you. I heard people asking you today about Sherpa. What is that? Is that a last name, or what is it, or why do they say Sherpa?
Yeah, Sherpa means the name of our caste. We have different family name. Like, for example, my name is Geljan Sherpa, and then my family name is Lama. Yeah, so I really want to make it clear the people who are very confusing about the Sherpa people. The people think the Sherpa is like our name of our profession. So it's wrong. So Sherpa means our caste name.
It's a caste name. And what does Sherpa mean? You told me that today.
Sherpa means in our language that we are Eastern people. We came, Shar means East, Pa means people, and we came from the east part of Tibet. So that's why.
Why did you all come here from Tibet?
Yeah, there's a quite confusing. Somebody says there's two things. Somebody says maybe that time there was very big influenza disease, and so the people were very scared, and they come over here to the Nepal. And somebody says there was a war. There's like a civil war, and then there's a people they lose the war, and then they came over here. And but yet we don't know which one is true.
And this was hundreds of years ago, right?
No, it's approximately 500 years ago. We don't have exact data.
Yeah, 500 years ago. And from what I've heard you say about Tibet, I mean, there's a kind of a longing for Tibet. Is that true? If somehow you could go back to Tibet, is there some feeling like that?
I'm sorry, I'm really confused about your question.
I mean, you hold Tibet with a great deal of reverence. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And Tibet is, of course, really no more. And we'll talk to Geljan later on in the trip too. He's very worried. He thinks the Sherpa people are going to be no more at some point. And so we'll talk about that. But that's it for now. I'm Bill Allred, broadcasting at the Zamling Hotel and Panoramic View Restaurant in Namche Bazaar, Nepal.
right. Let's see, 7:45. Let's award round one of the boner voting now.
And round one of boner voting is brought to you in part by a Harmon's Frankfurter.
And Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
So, boner candidate number one. Lighten up, I was making a little joke. The guy who drew a picture of a school shooting on his stepson's homework and then sent him off to school with the homework. Boner candidate number two, special delivery. A video, it's on video, you can see it in Amazon Courier, taking pooping on customer's front yard, on the driveway. And boner candidate number three, Orrin Hatch, who said of Donald Trump's endorsement of Roy Moore, I don't think he had any choice but to do that. He needs every Republican he can get so he can put his agenda through. That's the only Republican you can possibly get down there in Alabama at this time. Many of the things that Roy Moore allegedly did, were decades ago. That's a decision that has to be made by the people of that state. If they make that decision, who are we to question them? Willow won a boner T-shirt, and Orrin Hatch is a boner.
Yeah. He now moves on to boner fight to possibly become boner of the day. He'll go up against the winner of the voting of round two, which happened at 8:20. Boner fight at 9:20.
At the end of this break, we will give you a keyword that you can text in to try to win tickets to see Foo Fighters.
So we had nice time at the concert last night.
See X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas.
I don't know how, but they found me, and Dashboard Confessional, and there were a lot of people there, and a lot of people, I talked to a lot of people. There's Tyler Andrus was a guy's name. He had his picture taken with us. And I saw him, he posted it on Twitter today. And then some, just a couple of really nice girls. I didn't get their names, but they did a picture with us and said, we love your show. And as I was leaving the venue, a guy stopped me, and look, I think he was there with a kind of a young son. Must have been his son. He said, "Hey, can I just thank you for your show? I moved here from San Diego."
Oh, Carrie and I talked to him too.
Is that the guy we talked to?
I said I listened to 91X down there all the time, and I moved here. And he's a cop up at the University of Utah.
Oh.
I'm a police officer at I think he said cop at University of Utah, and your show. When I came here to Salt Lake, I found your show, and it's just excellent.
And Bill and I ran into a girl, sweet girl, Maddie.
God, she was the best.
She was just adorable. She said, I just started listening to your show, and
she was probably about 16.
Yeah, she said, I just started driving myself to school. She might be listening right now. This is about school driving time. Hi, Maddie.
I guess she'd never heard the show before until she started driving herself to school.
And she said, your show's the only show that doesn't make me cry.
So, only thing on the radio I can listen to that doesn't make me cry.
Well, give us a minute.
Yeah. So that was great. All of that.
Yeah.
And usually that happens at concerts, and it's really nice. Yeah. And then I come in and I'm looking at my Twitter stuff today, and this is, I forget who retweeted it. I didn't see it, but it's somebody who calls himself on Twitter Imperial Walker.
Oh yeah,
it's a geek of some kind.
Yeah. And his tweet is simply, "Radio from Hell is such a tired act. Fine for teenagers, but so annoying as an adult."
He hasn't seen our teen numbers, has he?
Now, I just absolutely don't understand that tweet. I do it in contrast to the experiences we had at the show.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. Why would you hugging bother to tweet that?
I don't know.
17 hours ago or whatever. Why? What is the point? If you don't like it, if it's tired, turn off the radio, delete the app from your phone, and go on with your damn life. But no.
You have options.
Yeah.
But no, it's important.
Well, this is, again, to show how much he knows. Our teen numbers are not good.
No.
All right, so the fine for teenagers part, no, not so much. Secondly, I replied to him.
Oh, did you?
With my standard...
Sounds great.
No, I've got a new one now.
Oh, you do?
When people are specifically kind of mean,
Mm-hmm.
I reply with, "You seem nice."
Yeah.
That's my new reply. And he came back. He said, "I mean, it's about as tame as a criticism can get. No freaking out, no personal attacks. Seems pretty nice, all things considered."
What?
So tired act.
That's nice.
That he's not being mean.
Oh, he could have gotten really mean.
He could have gotten meaner.
But again,
I don't know what.
Why would you even bother?
When I don't like something, I don't partake.
Maybe he's trapped under something heavy.
Maybe.
So I mean, I don't.
There's an old-fashioned radio on the counter that he can't reach to change.
I mean, I don't.
And there's a giant rock on top of it. I feel sorry for him.
It didn't make me mad or anything like that. I don't care, other than why. It mystifies.
If his complaint were accurate, that would be something. This show has evolved over the years. It is nothing at all like it was when it started.
No.
So tired. I have an issue with that. Tired maybe because I get up at 3 a.m.
That's why, maybe it's evolved into fatigue. I don't. But anyway, that it just bothers me that he would bother to do that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for I guess you got it off your chest, and now you can go on with your life and feel free and easy about things because that is out in the universe now. So anyway, nice to have a little interaction with you.
Oh,
Imperial Walker.
Somebody who took a look at it says that tweet is just by somebody who supported scaling back the national monuments yesterday. They went down their tweet. So it's someone who disagrees with us politically.
Well, okay.
All right. Again, I never understand why.
If I got worked up over all the negative stuff I got sent, I would be worked up.
Yeah, you think we get it, Gina? People hate her.
No.
Jeez, it just goes on and on and on.
Do.
They tweet at her, they email her. Next thing you know, somebody's going to poop in your driveway.
You don't know, that might have happened already.
It might, you better call home and see. Has anybody pooped in the driveway
today?
And see, back to the Mexican bologna. I'm getting my marching orders now.
Your wife?
Sue is insisting that I go to El Rancho Market and get Mexican bologna today.
Well, listen, we'll look at the picture of that woman who was smuggling the bologna.
Yeah.
And maybe it might be a specific brand. Let's see if we can discern that. I'll look at that closely for you, Karen.
I thought I saw it was Chimex or something
Will
like that.
you follow this story for us all day, Bill?
We'll keep you up to date on this story.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like I'll bet it's delicious.
Yes, I've been given the marching orders. I have to get that and some white bread and some Miracle Whip.
Yeah. There you go. And a little yellow mustard.
You want a little yellow mustard?
I would do just mayonnaise and a little yellow mustard.
Mm-hmm. And
a piece of
you
lettuce.
guys will just have to report
Do
back
I need?
to me.
But what about American cheese, Sue? Do you want a slice of American cheese on there as well? And should it be a Kraft single? Because if we're going to go trashy, let's go trashy.
Put a slice of iceberg lettuce on there, a piece of iceberg lettuce.
We can go there.
Gives it a nice little
crunch.
It's really good.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, and that real soft, squishy bread.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
I don't know. Maybe that guy was right about the tired act.
Yeah.
We're talking about bologna sandwiches.
Yeah.
Teenagers love bologna sandwiches.
Hey, kids, we're talking about your fave, bologna sandwiches.
Sue's saying no mustard, no Kraft singles. But you want American cheese? Because I can get good.
So just Miracle Whip and a bologna is what she wants.
We'll see.
Well, we all have our, interesting preferences about bologna.
Void 450 East University Parkway in Provo. Crews are cleaning up a water main break. All traffic being diverted there. Crash northbound Main Street, 2400 north in Tooele. The left lane is closed there. And let's see. Crash SR37, that's 10th West in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15, 13th South, off-ramp there. Signal problems, US 89, 20th West, 11th East in American Fork. That's traffic.
Gina, you promised a keyword.
Oh, I did, yeah.
For Foo Fighters tickets.
Let's do that.
Do that now.
Quickly. X96 proud to welcome Foo Fighters Concrete and Gold Tour at Vivint Smart Home Arena, Tuesday, December 12th. Tickets are on sale at all Ticketmaster.com outlets. Keyword is HERO, HERO. Text that to 33986 to win a couple of tickets to the show.
Man, that's a great prize.
Thank you very much. All right, coming up in just a few moments, Jonathan is here from the 8-Bit Gamer Show.
3-bit.
3-bit. You're not going to get him to change it, Carrie, so 3-bit.
I mean, I agree with you, but...
All right. The 3-Bit Gamer Show, and he's going to talk about this loot box situation, and he does have some Christmas gift ideas for you for the gamers in your life. Stand by for that. OmahaSteaks.com. This is the perfect gift as far as I'm concerned.
I've given it as a gift.
This is a perfect thing to do. If you have family that you're not going to be able to see from out of state, or even better, if you're going to visit that family out of state, have this mailed to their place just before you get there. The family gift pack is what I'm talking about. You'll thank me. Omaha Steaks, only $49.99 to get the family gift pack. Here's how you get it. First, you have to go to omahasteaks.com and use their website search engine, search X96 in their search bar that you see there. And it'll take you to the place to get this $49.99 family gift pack. It's 75% off. I'm sure that there is some shipping involved, but this is what you get for $49.99. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, and because you search their website for X96, you're going to get 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free.
Yeah.
This is a great gift. So omahasteaks.com. Enter the code X96 in their search bar to get that 75% savings.
This is very important.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
Sitting here in my room with Dean Cardinal, Worldwide Trekking, and a man who's become a good friend, Geljan Sherpa, and we're sitting here talking to you on a cell phone, essentially, which is amazing to me that you can do this where we are. Let me try to describe this. We are actually in a really remote part of the world. You can helicopter in here, but it's horribly expensive, and people don't do it much. People walk to get to these places, and they walk for days and days. There are people who live way up in the Khumbu, and they come down here. Kind of the Namche Bazaar is, would you say it's a halfway point between here and Lukla?
Yeah, and it's a trading spot between the valley and Tibet, and a place where people come together for the Saturday market to trade goods, to buy goods, and everything else.
And so people walk for a long time to get to these places. And people walk; they'll walk from very remote places up by Everest, and they'll come down here to trade, as Dean said. But what's really unusual is that people have cell phones everywhere. It's just stunning in its incongruity. It's just incredible. You'll be walking, I'll be puffing my way up a trail, and some Sherpa kid will be, carrying a big heavy load of stuff and talking on a cell phone. It's just an amazing thing to see. I should describe a little bit. I don't think I described very well. Coming into Namche Bazaar, there are these giant prayer wheels in houses. I'd forgotten about this, and I asked our friend here, Geljan, what those were. And he said the river used to run under those prayer wheels and turn the prayer wheels, but the river has been kind of diverted. I don't know why, but it turn the prayer wheels anymore. So yeah, so it's just such a world of contrast here, and you'll see all of these Sherpa kids wearing, kind of American, westernized-looking clothes and talking on cell phones. But then they're also very into their culture. And I just want you to tell people really quickly, Geljan, what you call your son. What's your nickname for your son?
My son nickname is Chicken Head.
Chicken Head. Geljan. You see, Geljan is like fathers everywhere. His son, Pasang, right? Pasang has a kind of a weird hairdo with it kind of sticks up, and he's dyed it a kind of a red color, and so his father, being like fathers everywhere, doesn't like it, so he calls him Chicken Head. anyway, we'll have more from Namche Bazaar. I'm Bill Allred, heading for Tibet. Tibet? No, not Tibet.
Radio from Hell with Utah's most trusted newsman, Bill Allred on X96.
Sponsored?
3-Bit Gamer Show, sponsored by Accessorizing Your Home Bar at Booze Teak, Cocktail Shakers, Jiggers, Bitters, and Gifts.
Jiggers!
Jiggers, Bitters, and Gifts, oh my. 315 East Broadway, 11 to 7 Monday through Saturday. Liquor store doesn't have accessories, but Booze Teak does, and online at boozeteakslc.com.
Here he is, Jonathan Deasing of the 3-Bit Gamer Show.
That's
Hi.
a podcast.
Yeah. And when is your podcast on, Jonathan?
It's on every Tuesday before noon.
That's when you record it.
That's when we put it up. That's when we post it.
So
once a week.
You can find it at x96.com or any place podcasts are
Google
sold.
Play, iTunes, anywhere you can see podcasts or your favorite podcast app should be on there.
Jonathan, it's the 3-Bit Gamer Show. And Jonathan, somehow since we saw you last, you've sprouted a beard.
Yeah. It was November.
It's
I had to grow it out.
Movember.
I didn't
Is
notice
that what you're doing it for?
Last you were here, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it, and now you've got this gigantic bushy beard. That's pretty good.
It's prolific.
Let's talk about games, though. I don't even know what loot box is. So what is that?
We're going to have to start at the beginning. So this is some big drama that's been going on lately in the video game industry. And we went into it more on the podcast, but this is, I mean, it's big because it's spilled outside of video games. So people love opening little treasure chests. Sure. It doesn't matter if you're a little kid at the dentist or whatever. So video games have had treasure chests and loot boxes for a long time, but this is this newer mechanic where you say you're playing a multiplayer game, Carrie's favorite, where you just keep playing these new, and then maybe after 3 or 4 games, you get a random box that you can open, and there's 4 random items in it.
Right.
And they're usually just cosmetics. So, like, you can have a new hat for your character when you're playing, or like something. But then again, there's some things that are extremely rare, and so you're incentivized to keep playing and keep earning and unlocking loot boxes. However, the big issue here is that if what they've done, and this is the center of the controversy, is that if you have something in those loot boxes that is valuable or gives you an advantage in playing, it's really upsetting because here's the kicker: you can buy loot boxes. So you can earn them, play 3-4 games or 5 or 6, however many, or you can just go buy a bunch. So what this does,
the argument is that the rich kid could buy all these loot boxes, get to be practically invulnerable, and
that ain't fair.
Doesn't make the
really
shared gaming on
Yeah, the newest Star Wars Battlefront, the newest Star Wars game, Battlefront 2, is the center of this because they have. It's a $60 game. You spend $60 on this game. Loot boxes cost a couple bucks a pop, and you can buy a bunch.
I forgive me for being so ignorant, but. Where you go to the
it's
store
an online store.
I see.
So it's in game.
Okay, and you just charge it to your credit card.
Yeah, like those kids you hear about using mom and dad's phone to buy $6,000 of Angry Birds crap.
Yeah,
that's this, but worse because it's been like monetized and like Carrie was saying, like when you have people that are spending all this money and they're gonna. Oh, and that's the other thing. So people are like, well, I spent $60 on this game. I spent another $20 to be competitive.
No,
that's ridiculous.
That's not fair.
And then when you get killed by a guy, it shows you what like little bonuses he's received. And some of them you can see if he has one of these really rare bonuses. You're like, wow, that's why he killed me. So the incentive is like, oh, well, EA and Disney's thinking, oh, well, people will be like, oh, well, I better go spend $20. But people are really thinking, I just spent $60.
Yeah, I should be able to play everything in this game for $60.
So I understand your outrage about this, and that's as far as it will go. It will not change.
Yeah,
am I right?
Maybe. Well, see, this is people have been pissed about like microtransactions in games and these crappy little ways that games are trying to make money, especially when they're $60 to begin with. So. But this one's notable because it was Star Wars, because it's EA, because it's a huge franchise.
Big game, yeah.
I mean, you couldn't play Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker until you unlocked them. And someone went and did the math. It would take you 40 hours of playing the game that you spent $60 on to play one of the main characters, or you just go spend $50 and get it.
No.
So here's the real issue is that people are now. Governments are looking into it. There was a state legislature. Yeah. It is officially, loot boxes are officially gambling and regulated as gambling in China, Japan, Belgium, not the UK, not the US. However, there was a state rep in Hawaii who recently said, we didn't allow Joe Camel to encourage our kids to smoke, and we shouldn't allow Star Wars to encourage kids to gamble.
And how does that, gambling here in Utah, how does that affect?
I don't know. See, once it's declared gambling, I think it's going to be kind of a snowball effect because it is in many ways gambling because you keep rolling on these loot boxes. You're like, oh, I want to get this item. I want to get this cool thing. I better buy another one. Oh, I didn't get it. I better buy another one.
But I don't think it is gambling because you're not getting anything money-wise back.
It could be considered sort of. It could be considered sort of deceptive advertising.
If anything, but gambling
bait and switch a little bit, maybe.
The problem is a lot of these items, these cosmetics, like you could get a fancy hat. You can go back into a different marketplace and sell it. So these things do have attached monetary value, and if you happen to roll that really cool hat and you can go sell it, like then at this point, it's gambling.
But again, that's like me buying a rare comic book and turning around and selling it. I just don't see the
But you
gambling.
bought the rare comic book. You didn't buy a box with 4 comics and they could all be crap comic books.
That could have happened.
But the gambling is that it's not a guarantee when you buy the loot box what you're going to get.
Yeah.
So that's the gambling part of it.
I don't see.
So if you could go buy that hat, they'd be like, oh, it's fine. But
I just
you
don't
can't.
I don't think the law is going to call it gambling. I really
Yeah,
don't. If
so
anything,
this
it's going to
is-
be under, what Bill was talking about and how
False advertising.
we rein in your kids buying stuff, that kind of thing.
I think that's kind of it's just
Yeah.
deceptive. Listen, we don't want to run out of time.
Yes.
Sure. Last minute Christmas gifts, and what did you do to your hand?
Okay, I'll do the important stuff first. So, last minute Christmas gifts, if you have kids, get them a Nintendo Switch. You will be the best parent. They will remember this when they're older. They'll remember this is this Christmas I got a Nintendo Switch. I played it all morning with my siblings. Like, get the Nintendo Switch and pick them up. Super Mario Odyssey. It is one of the best games, one of the best Mario games ever, one of the best video games ever. Pick this up for them. They will have an amazing Christmas morning. If you have teens, what I like is if they have an Xbox One and you don't know what games to get them, get them a custom Xbox controller. You can get them with any of their favorite like sports teams. You can make all the custom, like the colors all custom. It's like $100, so it's pretty pricey. But if your kid loves Xbox, and they
They'll
will think
love
you're
that,
the coolest parent ever because you gave them this really like cool Ravens controller. And then otherwise, if they're the PS4, there's a PS4 Pro, which is the newest one, and if they've had an old PS4 since it came out, they might want an upgrade or a new one. And then finally, adults in your life, loved ones. The two I'd like to recommend are the Super NES Classic, which is the little box. It's $80, and don't spend more than $80 on it.
No.
Don't go to eBay and try to find one for $200.
There will be a glut in January.
Yeah, and you can find them now. Just if you're really eager, spend 10 minutes every morning, call every Walmart around you, every Walmart and Target, and there will be one. And you just kind of have to put in the work, but you can find a Nintendo Switch. Or I'm sorry, a Super NES Classic. And then finally, my personal favorite, this is a very gory shooting game, Wolfenstein 2.
Adults only.
Adults only. You're killing Nazis. If you want to kill Nazis, Wolfenstein
doesn't?
2 is for you.
Okay. And what'd you do to your hand?
I ran a saw into it between my two fingers.
How do you play your video games with that?
Poorly. It's really hard now.
Are you going to be okay?
Hopefully. We'll see. Yeah, it should recover.
I was actually hoping it was a video game related injury, but
You had carpal tunnel syndrome.
Boy, these guys are serious about them.
3-Bit Gamer Show. Go find it on podcast.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you, Jonathan.
Thank you very much. Do you have traffic, Gina?
I do. Let's see. Got that water main break happening University Parkway in Provo, 450 East. There's a crash eastbound SR 73 at Ranches Parkway at Eagle Mountain. The left lane and both shoulders are blocked. Traffic is quickly backing up there. Everyone's got to move to the left. Let's see. I think that's about it that people are dealing with this morning. You can always text us if you see something, 33986.
Here are your boner candidates for round 2. Number 1, son, this is no way to go through life. Boner candidate number 2, oh yeah, that's it. It was a random black guy. And boner candidate number 3, we need to help these poor millionaires.
All right, so all three of these boner candidates for round 2 presented to you after these, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Gina.
Oh, Black Velvet Boutique.
Yes.
Yeah, Christmas shopping. Maybe buying a little something for yourself at Black Velvet Boutique. 293 South State Street in Clearfield.
Or each other.
Or each other.
Something to help you relax.
Yeah, it's a sexual wellness resource. This is a locally owned and operated store. It's not a novelty store. It's not a porn store. It's a sexual wellness resource for grown-ups who enjoy or who want to enjoy sex. They have free sex education workshops. A lot of other places will charge you for those. They don't. The staff there is perfectly comfortable helping you shop and figuring out what you need. But you can shop anonymously and just go in and shop and take your time. Judgment-free shopping environment at Black Velvet Boutique. They want to emphasize positive relationships between partners and with yourself. They have a website too, blackvelvetboutique.com. Go to blackvelvetboutique.com or 293 South State Street in Clearfield.
On this week's brand new episode of Geek Show Podcast, we break down the Infinity War trailer, talk Justice League versus Crisis on Earth X, and tell you about new TV shows coming your way. It's me and my geeky friends talking about the stuff we love. You'll find us at geekshowpodcast.com, the X96 app, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Search one word, Geek Show. It's free and not safe for work. The episode's name is I Cry Hard.
I was yesterday. I was at I was at a business. I'll tell you, I was at a business called Total Health and Fitness, who I believe we're going to be doing some commercials for. So I'm out there talking to the folks and everything, and I get done with my business at Total Health and Fitness, which is in Draper on 123rd South, and I'm just about to leave the building where Total Health and Fitness is located, and a woman walks in and walks up to the desk and says to the lovely receptionist at Total Health and Fitness, "Hi, is this Total Health and Fitness?" To which the receptionist, being a nicer person than I am, said, "Why, yes, it is." And that the woman said, "Oh, okay, good. I'd really like to apply for a job." Now, if it had been me as the receptionist, when she walked in and said, "Is this Total Health and Fitness?" And I probably would have been nice to a point and said, "Yes." And when she said, "Oh, good, I'd like to apply for a job," I would have said, "Don't bother."
Exactly.
Because you apparently can't read the signs all over the building. You didn't read the big sign over the door before you walked in. You didn't see the sign on 123rd South, blazing across the building, Total Health and Fitness. You didn't see that anywhere. I'd just as soon you not apply for a job. Thank you. Goodbye.
You think she was being ironic? Because the signs were everywhere?
No. The receptionist did say she's way nicer than I am, but it was probably true. I don't think she was just trying to be nice. She said, "Well, we're not hiring right now." I would have just said, "Don't bother." God. Oh, shit. I'm just sitting there looking at this going, really? I'm not a nice person, though.
No, you're not.
No.
All right, 8:20 right now. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote who is the worst, who is the most deserving of the award that no one wants to win. No, wait, round 2.
Yeah.
Boner of the day.
Yeah.
We'll give you 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll decide which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight, to possibly become boner of the day. All right? Tired from last night.
Yeah.
So the round 2 winner here goes to boner fight, goes against the winner of round 1. Boner fight happens at 9:20.
Exactly.
Yes. One of you lucky random voters of boner voters will receive what?
A hearty handshake from me, Bill Allred.
Did you shake anybody's hand
Yes.
last night? Okay, well,
Yes.
good. It is a gift.
Yeah, if you are a random boner voter in round 2 and you come up to me and tell me that and say, "I want my handshake," you got it. All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Son, this is no way to go through life. A man at a Portland strip club.
Already starting good?
Well, it's okay, But he's accused.
He looks like an angry man at x96.com/live.
He is accused of firing his gun at least 7 times in the parking lot of the strip club. Shortly after, witnesses say he ranted about how that DJ is racist to me because I'm white, and then threatened to kill a bouncer who the man accused of being a gang member. His name is Daniel Frank. He's a 31-year-old Oregonian.
Angry Oregonian.
He was charged on Thursday with 2 felony counts of unlawful use of a weapon for the encounter at the Mystic Gentlemen's Club. He was released shortly later on bond. A Mystic bouncer told police that Mr. Frank was acting weird after entering the club and that he had strange interactions with some of the female entertainers. A probable cause affidavit for Frank's arrest said when Frank went outside and went to a motorcycle, he tried to come back, but the bouncer wanted to check him for weapons. That's when a witness reported Frank saying, "That DJ is racist to me because I'm white," and yelling at the bouncer, "Do you want to die, bitch? Are you a gang member?"
Oh.
The bouncer then noticed the gun in Mr. Frank's waistband, it said, and it told him he had to leave. The bouncer gave the man's debit card from inside back to him. Oh, it's one of those places where you have to
run a tab.
You have to put your card, give them your card, yeah. When the security, I was uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
That and the girl. Oh, no, I mean.
Wait,
No, I've never been to one of them.
No.
When security called the cops, Frank was yelling in the background and pulled out a gun, chambered around, and then began shooting in the air. Boner candidate number 1. Son, this is no way to go through life. Boner candidate number 2. Well, yeah, that's it. It was a random black guy. A Florida teen.
Again?
It's an unusual state. I've been there many, many times, and just it has that vibe. A Florida teen allegedly set his girlfriend's house on fire while she and her parents were inside.
That doesn't sound like something you do for your girlfriend.
But when confronted by detectives, he claimed, I didn't do it. A random, this is an exact quote, a random black guy did it.
He didn't try to give a fake description of,
a random. Cops say that Jose Bernardo Rosas Madrigal doused the Polk City home with lighter fluid days after he scoured Google for, quote, so they look at his computer and this is what they find on it, how to burn a brick house down.
Well, because,
And he also threatened to kill his girlfriend as well. Luckily...
he didn't Google random black guy?
Luckily, they all got out of the house. No one was injured. And when he was arrested, that was his I didn't do it. It was, that's it. It was some random black guy. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. We need to help those poor millionaires.
All right, boner candidate number 3, round 2, right after this here, a Big Boy News and a Pinuendo, brought to you by.
This holiday season, dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District, featuring Mediterranean Small Plates and Wine Bar, Laziz Kitchen Middle Eastern Food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Waterwitch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South Track Station.
Well, I don't think I'd want to get into any kind of a verbal or mental battle with John Oliver.
No.
Do
we have this audio, by the way?
Is there audio? I've only seen transcripts.
It was just in Twitter.
No.
Oh,
it wasn't on Twitter.
I know what you're talking about.
Dustin Hoffman.
No, this was a on-stage thing.
Got into a heated war of words with HBO host John Oliver.
And there's video.
During a public Q&A session.
There's video of it. No, there's video of it.
Okay, there's video of it. After he questioned the actor about recent sexual harassment allegations that were made against Dustin Hoffman. You've made one statement in print. Does that feel like enough to you? So, statement about the allegations against him, Oliver said, in reference to an apology that Dustin Hoffman made after he was publicly accused by a former production assistant in The Hollywood Reporter last month. First of all, this is interesting, just the way it goes here. First of all, it didn't happen the way she reported it, Dustin Hoffman said. To which John Oliver said, It's that part of the response to this stuff that pisses me off. It's reflective of who you were. You've given no evidence to show that it didn't happen. There was a period of time when you were creeping around women. It feels like a cop-out to say, well, this isn't me. You understand how that feels like a dismissal? Hoffman said, you weren't there. Oliver said, I'm glad. The event was held to commemorate the 20th anniversary of Dustin Hoffman's film Wag the Dog. Lasted roughly an hour. It was filled with heated exchanges throughout the night. You've put me on display here, Hoffman said to John Oliver at one point. You've indicted me. That's not innocent until proven guilty. The actor repeatedly tried to blame the time period for his actions.
It was the style at the time to harass women.
The atmosphere was different back then when the alleged abuse occurred. So Oliver went back and said, I don't love that answer either.
No.
What response do you want? Hoffman said. It doesn't feel self-reflective in the way it seems the incident demands. I get no pleasure from this conversation, he said, but you and I are not the victims here. Don't make yourself out to be a victim.
Exactly.
Oliver said flat out that the woman would have no reason to lie, and somebody in the crowd then shouted out, "Thank you for believing women."
Where can I see this? I didn't think there was audio.
Here, I'll get it for you.
Just send me a link. I mean, I'm going to watch it later. I'm going to watch it right now.
Donald Trump, of course, was in town yesterday, and where Utah once had 2 large national monuments, the state now has 5 smaller ones under an order signed by the president. Several high-value sites the original monuments were designed to protect were left out. On a swift visit to Salt Lake, Trump dramatically reduced the once 1.35 million acre Bears Ears to 202,000 acres in 2 new renamed monuments, and the Grand Staircase Escalante to 3 new monuments, totaling more than 1 million acres, down from 1.9. Secretary Ryan Zinke, who traveled with Trump to Utah, said the original proclamations creating Bears Ears and Grand Staircase drew boundary lines arbitrarily in ways that disrupt access and lock people out. Part of the problem I have with this is that a president, and in this case it was Barack Obama, lawfully used the Antiquities Act to do something.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem really right that a following president can just simply write something down and negate that.
It should have to go through some other court or Congress or something.
It should have to be debated and discussed, and if you're gonna, but so now the next president, who will hopefully be soon, can come in and write that. Maybe that person will come in and say, "No, I'm going to write it and change it back," which is also ridiculous. That shouldn't happen.
Couple things.
Yes.
I tweeted out the link to the video of the John Oliver, Dustin Hoffman thing.
Okay.
And breaking news, Representative John Conyers is retiring.
Okay.
Amid sexual harassment.
Well, he said he wasn't going to run again.
Well, now
he's
going to leave.
He's leaving. Yeah. Okay. Because he was also in the hospital for stress. He's like 88 or something.
Yeah. Los Angeles County firefighters are battling a 1,000-acre brush fire and more near Sylmar, fueled by Santa Ana winds. There have been evacuations, and over 150 structures have been destroyed, including at least one large apartment complex. Many more homes are threatened. The fire is, I think, now in the town of Ventura and is very close, about a quarter of a mile away from the Ventura, California City Hall. They're evacuating people from all over the area. The pictures and the videos. If you just Google L.A. fires, the Los Angeles Times has a lot of stuff, and it's really a shooting in the parking lot of the Taco Bell. A lot of stuff happens at the Taco Bell. Down American Fork. One man has been left critically injured. Police arrested a suspect after he was treated for minor injuries, didn't release his name. At this point, we still don't know exactly what happened, said American Fork Police Sergeant Josh Christensen. He said he believes some kind of altercation. Well, I don't know. That's kind of rushing to judgment there, isn't it, officer? Some kind of altercation led to the shooting. Crews arrived Monday at the fast food restaurant and found the victim, rushed him to the hospital. Gets shot in the parking lot of the Taco Bell. Well, oh yeah. Let's see, how much time do we have?
Plenty.
All right, I've been hanging on to this story. It's been out for a few days. It's another sexual harassment story.
How do we keep track of it all?
The Metropolitan Opera has suspended James Levine, its revered conductor.
Oh, is he like a big deal?
Oh yeah, in the opera world,
he's got conductor hair.
Yeah, he
Does
looks
he?
like a conductor.
There it is, conductor hair.
And they suspended him after 3 men came forward with accusations that Mr. Levine had sexually abused them decades ago when they were teenagers. Peter Gelb, the general manager of the Met, announced that the company was suspending him. He's been there 40 years, Levine has. They are suspending him, canceling his upcoming conducting engagements after learning from the New York Times about the accounts of 3 men who described a series of similar sexual encounters beginning in the 60s. One, Chris Brown, who played principal bass at the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra for 30 years, said that Mr. Levine fondled him when he was a kid. He was 17, and 2 other men have come forward with similar stories about Mr. Levine. He also did this to them. This was the most unpleasant thing.
They had to rebuild the opera after that.
Yeah. Little Billy Kimmel is a fighter. ABC announced on Monday in a statement that the 7-month-old child had a scheduled and successful heart surgery Monday morning.
Damn, he's a cute little kid, too.
The network also revealed that little Mr. Kimmel is with his family and Jimmy Kimmel will have celebrity guests filling in on the Jimmy Kimmel Live for this week. In Kimmel's place, Chris Pratt will kick things, or he was on Monday, I guess.
Yeah, I got some audio if you want.
Let's see. Then Tracy Ellis Ross. Who's Tracy Ellis Ross?
She's Diana Ross's daughter, who's Blackish.
Oh, she's on that show, Blackish. Neil Patrick Harris, Melissa McCarthy. Guests will include Margot Robbie, Chris Stapleton, Mary J. Blige, Amanda de Cadenet, Vanessa Kirby, Jules Sylvester, Octavia Spencer, Dave Franco, and Hanson, Gina. So, Jimmy's taking a little time off to be with his son, Billy.
Good.
I'm glad they're doing the celebrity guest hosts.
I like that. Yeah, I like the Dave Grohl doing...
Yeah, if they're good, you kind of run a risk. I think,
you do,
but
like,
sometimes you might be better off just doing reruns. But
all right,
yeah.
Sports weather traffic.
Go Jazz! They're doing awesome right now. They won last night. They just ran right over the Wizards, 116-69.
Was anyone hurt?
I think they were. They're on the road today. They'll be in Oklahoma City, 6:00 tonight. That's sports. Weather, we've got a friend of the program actually in California says it's so windy and smoky today. Luckily, the fires are over the mountain. We have indoor recess at school today. So windy in California, and here it is cold. Only going to get up to 36 for a high, and the inversion starts today. Watch it build for fun, and yeah. Try to limit your driving if you can, and your idling. And traffic. Speaking of driving and idling. Crash westbound I-80 at 2nd East in Salt Lake. Crash southbound Bangor Highway 90th South in Sandy. The left lane is closed there. Crash northbound Bangor Highway at SR 201. Crash up in Ogden, northbound Harrison Boulevard and 30th Street. It's affecting traffic in 3 directions there. Crash northbound I-15 53rd South, the on-ramp. And looks like that's about it. That's traffic. Brought to you by Haster Games. They have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, 6831 South State, and online at hastergames.com.
All right, boner candidate number 3. We need to help these poor millionaires. Top Republican senator, defending his party's tax overhaul, said lowering federal estate taxes would benefit investors instead of spenders who waste their money. Here's what he said exactly. This is Chuck Grassley.
Oh, boy.
Senator Chuck Grassley. I think not having the estate tax recognizes that people are investing as opposed to those who are just spending every darn penny they have, whether it's on booze or women or movies. The 7-term senator drew ire for his comments after the House and Senate passed bills that would eliminate or heighten the minimum for the estate tax. In a statement on Monday, Grassley, who is also a senior member of the Senate Finance Committee, said his comments were misinterpreted.
Oh, how else can you take that?
Well, let me tell you, little lady.
Right.
Little lady, button it up and listen. Button, zip, zip, zip. My point regarding the estate tax, which has been taken out of context, is that the government shouldn't seize the fruits of someone's lifetime of labor after they die, he said. The question is one of basic fairness and working to create a tax code that doesn't penalize frugality and saving and investment.
That may be the case, but that's not what you said.
Well, we shouldn't be penalizing these people. I mean, listen, those other people, you know who I'm talking about.
The poors.
The one who spend every darn penny they have on booze, women, movies.
The poors.
Why are we always talking about them? Boner candidate number 3. We need to help these poor millionaires.
All right, so let's review the first 2 and vote.
Number 1, son, this is no way to go through life. A Portland strip club patron accused of ranting about anti-white racism and then firing his gun in the parking lot. Boner candidate number 2, it was a random black guy. A kid setting his girlfriend's house on fire, and he blamed when he was caught. He said, I don't. Yeah, I think it was a random black guy. He also Googled how to burn down a brick house. So that's good. And boner candidate number 3, we need to help these poor millionaires.
All right. Oh,
what's that?
I've got some other audio coming in.
It's very strange.
All right. Well, you'll just have to do it without music then. It's time to vote for your boner. Here we go. Oh, we got some music here. There we go. Different source. You've got to decide on your round 2 boner winner, because the winner of round 2 goes to face off the winner of round 1 in Boner Fight. It has a 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day, so pick the best one of these 3. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number? Put that candidate number in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. You can also call 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com, look for the box that says Round 2, December 5, and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right. You've only got 4.5 minutes. Let's go. Round 2.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion of Radio from Hell on X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find our elders tracting on the ice planet Hawk. Oh, man, it's cold out here. Why is it so cold?
It's an ice planet, Lehigh. What do you expect?
Well, I'm sure glad my mom sent me these mittens.
And Zone Leader Hansen has sent us to some pretty dismal places before, but this has got to be the worst. Well, I hope that this Wampa fella lets us in and offers us some piping hot postum.
You know, these tauntaun thingies smell funny, and they're just not very comfortable to ride. I wish our hyperbikes hadn't frozen up. Let's see, third cave on the left, just past the second snowdrift. Yep, this must be it. Hello? Hello, Mr. Wampa?
I don't suppose his first name is Willie, do you? See, Willie Wampa. What? Hello, anybody home? Hey, pal, that's my ride home you're having for lunch.
You must be Mr. Wampa. Hi, I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Look out, Butch! Oh, man, he knocked you down. That's gonna leave a mark. Excuse me, Mr. Wampa, all we want is just a couple minutes of your time. Oh!
Oh, man. Where am I? Oh, heck. Hey, Lehigh, wake up.
Oh.
Wake up.
Oh, what in the flip?
This is just great. Here we are, hanging upside down, stuck to the roof of a Wampa cave, our feet frozen in what appears to be Wampa spit, while my ride home gets eaten by Mr. Wampa out there.
Yuck, I don't think this Wampa spit's ever gonna come off my wingtips. Hey, there's somebody stuck to the ceiling behind you.
Huh? Hey, it's that farm boy from Tatooine. Hey, Luke! Luke, wake up!
Huh? Ben?
No, not Ben, it's me, Butch. I don't suppose you got a plan to get us out of here, do you?
If I could just reach for my lightsaber. There. So much for the element of surprise.
Hey, look, your dad, Darth Vader, cut off Lehigh's arm with one of those things. Cut him some slack.
Will Book and Lehigh ever escape from Wampa Cave? Will Luke cut Lehigh's arm off just for the fun of it? Will our elders ever get the Wampa spit off of their wingtips? Tune in next time to hear Lehigh say... Oh, thanks, Luke. For a minute there, I figured we was Wampa Chow.
Luke.
Ben?
Luke.
Ben, is that you?
You will go to the Dagobah system.
Mr. Kenobi? Dagobah? I've never even heard of it.
Well, it's a swamp planet. You're not missing much.
You must seek out Yoda and continue your training.
But I've already been to the MTC. Ben? Yoda? Dagobah?
Mr. Kenobi, are you sure? I mean, we've already been to Dagobah.
Hold on. I've got some problems here. Luke, you go to Dagobah and seek Yoda. Butch, Lehigh, you go thaw out your hyperbikes and continue tracting. I should have gotten Jedi call waiting.
On the next bone-chilling episode of Space Elders!
X96.
All right, it's time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Colcannon.
What?
Colcannon. It's a Irish kind of dish of potatoes that are kind of mashed with cooked or roasted cabbage mashed in with it, and sometimes some cheese.
I'd eat that.
And it's tasty. It's kind of, it's really good if you put a little ketchup on the side of it.
And Bad Apple, you don't have to meet a creepy guy in a parking lot this holiday season to get a good deal on a used smartphone. Bad Apple guarantees their refurbished phones, and if you don't know which make and model you might want to grab them a gift card. Go to badapplerepair.com.
All right, boner candidate number 1, son, this is no way to go through life. A man who was arrested in Oregon shooting up a strip club parking lot and accusing the DJ of being against him because he's white. He's racist against me. Boner candidate number 2. Yeah, that's it. It was a random black guy. A kid set his girlfriend's brick house on fire. He used Google to find how to burn down a brick house, and then he proceeded to do it. And see, which is why we need some. I think we need some restrictions on Google. That's what I think. Search engines. And then when he was caught, he said, "I didn't do it. It was a random black guy." And then boner candidate number 3, Iowa Senator. How many terms is it again? 8 terms or something like that. He's practically lived his entire life in the Senate. Chuck Grassley.
Yep.
Chucky said that the estate tax, we need to get rid of the estate tax because people who have saved and worked hard, and then when they die, we shouldn't take away their money. Instead of let's not worry about those people who waste their money on booze and women and movies. The
poors
who don't know how to handle their money, they just fritter it away.
On women, and
women,
movies, and
women are a possession, Gina.
That was boner candidate number 3, and that was also the winner.
Wow.
Of today's boner vote.
Wow, that means boner fight.
Senators.
2 senators going head to head for a boner of the day. 9:20 is when that happens.
2 senators go to war.
All right.
Oh, so
Gina.
So we got an email. I think it was yesterday.
Last night, yeah.
Saying, we've planned the holiday Christmas party for Broadway Media, and it's going to be next week, and we were caught a little off guard because not a lot of time to plan for
Short
that.
notice.
We're super busy this time of year. But it got me thinking about holiday parties in general, and I saw this story today about how businesses are stopping doing the holiday party.
Because of sexual harassment?
Because of sexual harassment.
Yeah.
That's
why?
Well, they say because when you have a holiday party and you combine it with alcohol...
Things happen.
Things happen. And they're getting more and more cautious about holiday parties. And if they are having a holiday party, they're stopping serving alcohol at it.
But we are on record of calling for the end of holiday parties long before this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this time of year, everybody is so busy. I mean, the thing I like that we've done here, and we've done it in the past, is here in the building, have a little lunch. Everybody's at work already.
Sometimes a potluck.
Yeah.
Bring in a hoagie.
But just a quick, just a little. Your boss buys you lunch for the day, and everybody, takes 20 minutes out of their work day and has a little lunch, and that's. But these office parties that are in the evenings or take up a weekend or so, you've got too many family obligations and other things going on.
Well, of course, the big reason I don't like them is that people get drunk and things happen.
But there's also this pressure of, well, what's the boss going to think if you don't go to the holiday party?
That's the thing.
Is it going to affect my
standing?
Is he going to think I'm I am a dick, but he's going to think I'm
more of a dick
than because he didn't come to the party. Well, you gave me short notice, and I had appointments that day.
So let me tell you the other side, because I perform at Desert Star. And it is notorious to be the place of a company party.
We've had our company party there.
Yes.
And it will forever be the worst audience that the Desert Star has ever had. And I'm not joking. And our company is the worst.
We're terrible.
The worst that we've ever had.
It's a badge of pride.
But here is what happens night after night during the holiday season. Someone within the HR department or whoever plans the party loves the Desert Star.
Right.
Has been there as a season ticket holder and knows and loves it because it is great for a certain segment of people.
Yeah.
And then you have everybody in the company, and some people in the company go, yes, I love that place. That would be entertainment that I would love to do. And then you have other people who go, theater, what? Why are we going to this place? And so we will have shows there. People will come. The first act, full. The second act, typically full. The Olio, which is a little after show part, gone. We did a show last week where the entire first 7 rows of people, and there's only 9 rows. As soon as they saw one person go,
we can go?
They can go. Yeah. They're gone. Or if they do like the drawing for the prizes, that's what people stick around for. As soon as that's gone, it's they are out of there. Or once they've seen the president or whoever of the company that they need to impress, it's gone, and that's it.
We were the worst audience ever at the Desert Star. And were you performing?
I was performing.
You were performing.
Yes, it was a Star Wars play.
We were the worst.
No, it wasn't Star Wars. It was a Christmas show.
Oh, I wanted it to be a Star Wars play. That's it.
There were 100 people. It was Simmons Media, so this was a while ago.
Yeah.
Simmons Media bought out the entire dinner theater. Big dinner beforehand. Dinner was
good.
Dinner was good.
I think there were
started
drinks.
with 100 people. Yeah, you could get alcoholic beverages as well.
The reason we were the worst is because from the first note of the play, most of us left.
Yes.
Yeah, we're terrible. We're a terrible audience anyway.
By the Olio of Simmons Media being at the Christmas party, there were 7 people left.
I was still there.
Yep.
But I just think you're asking too much. You're trying to do a nice thing for your employees. And it's another obligation. Don't give your employees another obligation.
That's what I always think of the Desert Star Theater as an obligation.
No,
it is.
I'm just saying company parties in general.
I think so. Now
have lunch when you're already at work. And
here's what Brandon is saying. He says that's what we do. The company provides 4 or 5 lunches throughout December up until the Christmas break.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right there. You know, there at your desk.
So conversely, though, let me say this. I'm DJing a company party for a loan office here, and they have spent huge amounts of money, and they are taking over the aquarium for a night.
Wow!
No one else is invited, so it is the families of all these people with the aquarium. It's music. They're doing a very nice catered dinner, so it is an opportunity that they could not get otherwise. And that would be a thing that I think would be, people at Disneyland, the Disney party for Christmas. I think that the family and that stuff gets to go in early.
I have a great idea. For you have the holiday party. We should start saying holiday party. By the way, we keep saying Christmas. We're not doing our job.
That's right. That's right.
The war on Christmas.
We are liberal media elites, and we have to.
So you do your holiday party at the office, and the Desert Star Theater comes to you.
Yes. There you go.
And performs.
There you go.
Just kind of walks around.
Traveling minstrels.
Kind of walks around performing whatever show they're doing.
Don't say it if you don't want it.
Here's an X poll. Here's someone who's. I think we should do this. In 1996, at a holiday party and gives the business name. I won't. We had to go to a raunchy stand-up comedy club. Horrible dinner where the boss gave a female employee a penis-shaped Jell-O mold. Wow.
See, I know a holiday party, and I won't talk about who was involved, where at some point, because everybody had been drinking, an employee thought it would be really a good idea to push a piece of cake into the boss's face.
Somebody thought that was a good idea?
Gina, you don't drink enough.
Yeah.
You don't drink enough. I'm sure
you
not
can
only
drink to the point where that seems like a good idea.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure not only her, but many of the people there thought it would be funny. It wasn't. And at that moment, that person lost the job and had to move on to another career.
Well, let's save this for an X poll next week and talk about holiday parties.
Awkward.
I was just going to say, too, and you remember the company party that we had a couple of years ago where you had to attend in order to get the Christmas bonus, which was ridiculous.
Which I talked about suing the company for religious discrimination at that point.
That was a different company, by the way.
That
wasn't this company.
All right. Let's see now. Are we still have traffic here?
Yeah, a little bit. There's a crash in Ogden Canyon, has all of the eastbound lanes blocked. It's near the Alaskan Inn, about halfway up the mouth of the canyon. Crash westbound I-80, the top of the on-ramp from 7th East. The 2 right lanes are closed. Traffic is backed at 1300 East. Crash southbound Bangor Highway 90th South, blocking the left lane. No delays in the area, but you need to stay to the right there. And looks like that's about it. That's for traffic, brought to you by... This holiday season, dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District, featuring Mediterranean small plates and wine bar, Lizzie's Kitchen Middle Eastern food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Waterwitch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South Tracks Station.
I love that Jade Market. That's you go to the Jade Market, they've got 2 regular deals all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the $5 breakfast, which is a Rico breakfast burrito, Jimmy Dean scramble, or Bubble and Brown scones, medium coffee, and fresh fruit.
I've never had one of those Bubble and Brown scones, but whoever named that has made me want to try it.
Yes.
It sounds delicious.
They sound great.
They've also got the $7 lunch at Jade Market, locally made triangle sandwich, kettle brand chips, and a San Pellegrino soda. Jade Market has a lot of locally sourced products, including Clifford Farm eggs, bacon, and raw honey, Salsa del Diablo salsas. Oh, I like that. I like that salsa. It's got a woman makes it here in town. Canyon Meadows Ranch grass-fed beef, Bubble and Brown pastries, milk honey yogurt, and Mamachari kombucha on tap. So that's the Jade Market in the 9th and 9th District. Getting to Central 9th Market is easy with the 9th South Track Station just across the street. Visit Central Market today.
All right, our X Days of Xmas continues after these. Also, Tuesday Tunes with Todd.
This holiday season, X96 and Mark Miller Subaru want to share the love with those who...
From celebrities to moms right here in Utah, more and more women are consuming their placentas in pill form.
Don't do that.
Listen, I want you to hear these.
Wait, don't go on. Even if there's something about eating your placenta, you would have to do it the way your dog does it when she has puppies.
Yep.
If there's anything to it, drying it out and putting it in a pill kills whatever good thing you think it does.
Medical expert Gina Barberi, listen to the testimonies of these women,
All
Gina.
right.
The placenta, for those of you who don't know, is an organ that grows inside the uterus while a baby is developing. The placenta gives nutrients to the baby, and some believe...
People are saying, and I'm hearing.
Ms. Barberi, not among them.
No.
But some people are saying, and I'm hearing, and I have the tendency to believe when some people say and I hear, and then I believe, that it is also capable of giving mom key nutrients even after it, that is the placenta, and the baby are delivered. Quote, so what happens is, studies show that about 72 hours after delivery, once the placenta is delivered, hormone levels drop, said Rachel Talley, a midwife, Gina, and herbalist. Are you either of those two things?
Wow, a midwife and an herbalist.
Are you?
I am neither of those.
All right then.
Are there any,
I want you take out your credentials and show me.
Are there any doctors or scientists around?
Carrie.
Studies.
Carrie.
Studies
say,
herbalist.
According to this midwife
and
herbalist.
A study could be, I've studied things, and that's.
It takes 4 to 12 weeks statistically statistically, said an herbalist and midwife, for the body to and the endocrine system to start producing these hormones again. So what we're really doing is natural hormone therapy. After Miranda Hansen delivered her second child, she said she felt the despair of postpartum creeping back in. The first 5 days was like a flashback, she said. But after taking her first placenta pill, she says, so here's evidence right here.
Okay.
The symptoms softened in just 20 minutes. It was like this fog that was lifted, she said. It was like a breath, like it was totally like, I could just like feel like it was clear. It was
Couldn't
like
possibly
amazing.
be that you were thinking that would happen, so it happened.
Oh my God, you are so negative. Miranda says she bonded with her baby, got back on her feet quicker, and dropped her baby weight faster after taking the pills. Other moms, like Melinda Dratchell, also weighed in. I'm a big fan of Western, like modern medicine, she said. I'm all about the epidural, which I know you are, Gina.
Big fan of the epidural.
But she said the placenta pills worked for her. It was a little strange at first when I started
And
talking.
they kept the
taking them.
cougars away, and they kept...
Rachel Talley midwife and herbalist, charges. What are you charging for this advice, Gina? Huh?
It's free.
She charges $250. Okay.
How much
and
does she
that's what it's
charge?
worth. And that's what it's worth.
How much does she charge? I'm
That's
curious.
what your advice is worth. Because her advice, midwife and herbalist, $250 for her services. She said a placenta typically yields about 200 to 300 pills. Some hospitals won't release the placenta, but if they do, and if it's handled correctly, the health department said they don't see a risk in consuming your own placenta, but they do caution folks not to share their placenta with somebody else.
Please let me have some of your placenta.
No.
Come on.
No, don't share. No placenta sharing out there. Okay. Rachel Talley, midwife, herbalist, and placenta encapsulator.
And making money off of it.
She is.
Wait, that couldn't possibly have anything to do.
She is a placenta encapsulator as well.
A placebo encapsulator.
Yeah.
All right.
Quick giveaway. It's our X Days of Xmas. Today's prize is Odyssey Dance Theater presenting Redux Nut Cracker. December 13th through the 23rd at Kingsbury Hall. You can purchase tickets at tickets.utah.edu, or you could win them from us. I'm going to give you a keyword right now, and you'll text that keyword to 33986, and if you win, you'll get 2 tickets. Keyword is sugar plum. All one word, SUGARPLUM, sugar plum. Text that to 33986.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
That's easy to do.
Yeah.
Okay. These contests are a little too easy, if you ask me. Gotta make them earn stuff,
Yeah. Take a test.
It's Christmas, Carrie. It's a gift.
Oh, yeah.
Some sort of endurance test.
No, it's a gift.
Gina, it's happy holidays.
Yes.
We should really
You're
change
not
this
helping.
to the X.
I'm
the
not a
X
good
days
liberal.
of the holidays.
It's our war on Christmas.
Yeah.
Us
I'm
liberal
not
media
doing-
elites.
Look who's here.
Oh, hi, Todd.
Thursday turns with Todd on X96. Repeal.
Todd Newcomar, fearless program director. You are fearless, aren't you?
Somewhat.
Yeah, you a little.
He's afraid of a couple things.
I'm scared of spiders.
He's on the radio in this spider-free studio every afternoon from 3 to 7.
Yes, sir.
You did it.
I did it. I got it.
Good for you.
And
how many years?
it's where he's been forever. But here he is to bring us a song that he'd like you to hear. Something special. What is it? I have no idea what you brought.
Well, we know Portugal the Man.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm surprised. Well, not really, because the song prior, that "Feel It Still" song, is such a great song.
Yeah.
But
my God, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
too.
you hear it at the grocery
it's in
store.
commercials.
Now.
It's in movie trailers.
That's how you know it's got something special.
It's a big one. So, and it's funny because that band never seemed to me at first to be the kind of band that would end up with like this kind of popularity. But there it goes. And this Woodstock album they put out, it's just so damn good. And there's another one on here that I really like, and they picked it as the second single.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to play today. It's called Live in the Moment. Is that right? Did I say that right, Gary?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I'm on 3 hours of sleep.
Yes, you are.
So live in the moment, Portugal the Man. Here we go.
X96.
It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
I think that's another hit, Todd.
Yep.
It's a catchy one, isn't it?
Yep,
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
it's another hit.
Portugal the Man, and the name of the song,
Live in the Moment.
And the album is called Woodstock?
Yeah.
That's one of those that I saw them on the list at Red Butte last year, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really care about that. And now I'm regretting.
Yeah. You
not
should have
going.
gone.
Well, it's like Todd said, none of us expected
No.
them to be. We thought it'd be appreciated by a loyal but small group.
I'm sorry,
Well,
I was
you know-
wrong, Portugal the Man.
you know what they say. Nobody expects Portugal the man. Nobody.
We're all tired.
Little punchy today, but that's okay.
A little punchy.
Yeah.
I need coffee.
Oh, and somebody who went to the show says you missed out, Gina. It was an amazing show.
That's what I'm saying.
I bet they'll be back at some point. I mean,
They'll be around. All right. Well, that was very, very nice. Thank you, Todd.
But they'll be around when you least expect it. Because nobody expects Portugal the man.
All right, Todd. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Thursday turns with Todd on X96. Repeal.
All right. Let's see. We got for you coming up a little bit of news, but more importantly, boner fight.
You have a responsibility to participate in that.
Yes, this is a big one today. 2 senators going up against each other for boner of the day. Who will it be? Local favorite or out of town? I'm tired.
We ought to play the two tribes underneath.
You want that?
Yeah, two
Let
tribes.
me see if I can find it.
It's like 10 minutes long.
Gina, I'm not suggesting that we play the whole song and
just
introduce the 2 candidates in 10 minutes.
That used to be a bathroom song I would play in the old days.
Bathroom
It
song.
was a bathroom
We know
song.
what you were doing.
What are you insinuating?
She knows.
Nobody expects Portugal the man.
All right.
And nobody expects to have a good experience when they go to the dentist.
I always do because I go to Brighton Family Dentistry.
Yeah, Dr. Kelly Carroll, and also in his office, the other dentist, Dr. Melissa Jenkins, is also very good.
Dr. Jenkins finally did some work on me.
Oh, yeah.
It's always been Kelly says, Kelly, is very protective of you guys and doesn't want me around you. He's busy right now, so let me take a look.
No, and I had to take Mohammed, my son, in for a broken tooth after hours, and Dr. Carroll came in and fixed it, and I kept saying, oh, thank you, this is so nice of you to do for me. And he said, quit saying that. I'm not doing it for you. I do this for anybody.
We're talking about Brighton Family Dental. Brighton Family Dental has been, or dentistry, I should say, they've been proud to serve Salt Lake and Sandy and Draper, Cottonwood Heights since 1996. I had no idea he'd been here that long, but really a great dentist. If you find going to the dentist unpleasant, then switch to Brighton Family Dentistry because it's not unpleasant. You can find them make an appointment, 801-943-2020. Brighton Family Dentistry.
X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes emergency shelters or housing programs.
Drop off blankets, coats, boots, hats, and gloves at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer and join us on December 20th and 21st as we do our annual broadcast from the Road Home. X96 will broadcast live for 2 days from the Road Home's Salt Lake Community Shelter to raise funds to provide shelter, supportive services, and housing all year long.
Go to x96.com for Rocky Mountain Chevrolet dealership donation locations or make a cash donation. Help Utahns get back on the road to their own home. I have a 7-year-old, so
exactly.
Who's starting competition soccer.
Say goodbye to the rest of your weekends for the rest of your life.
That's what I'm saying. It all starts tomorrow. They have a tournament tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They have a game at 11. No, they have a game at 2. They have a game at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Friday they have a game at 11, and we're going to be up at Snowbird. So somehow I have to get from Snowbird to. This is going to be. This is my life now.
I would suggest using your car. I think you would use your car.
Let me ask you a question. Was it his idea to play
Yes.
soccer?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Because that's when you need to have the talk with him and say, look, okay, I understand you want to play soccer, but guess what? Mommy is saying goodbye to her weekends now because of this.
It's a huge commitment. It's expensive.
Here's what you do.
And it's a huge commitment.
I'm sure if you search around, you know how you have found a person to do almost everything for you. Rather than clean up the dog crap in your yard, you have found a person who will do that for you. Rather than deal with the lice problem yourself, you found the lice lady. Yeah. I'll bet you anything there is a person out there who will go to the soccer games for you.
But I like to go to
Then quit bitching about it.
No, I'm just saying it begins, and Carrie's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It is
This isn't just you playing soccer here. You need to know this, kid. This is about me taking you, transporting you, and the other two,
And it starts small when, they're 7, but pretty soon it's out of state tournaments.
Yeah.
Multiple times a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge
which is really kind of ridiculous if you think about it. Out of state tournaments, really?
Yep.
For 7-year-olds. Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's how people catch the bird flu: by close contact with birds or bird droppings. Some people have caught bird flu by cleaning or pluck. Did you pluck any birds?
I
while
didn't
you were on
pluck
vacation?
anything.
There was no plucking going on in the
No.
trailer. I guess it is kind of close quarters. The kids can hear.
There's no plucking in the trailer.
Mom, what are you doing?
I'm plucking a chicken.
Your dad and I are plucking a chicken.
Keep plucking that chicken. Is that what they said? Keep plucking that chicken.
It is also possible that some people were infected after swimming or bathing in water contaminated with the droppings of infected birds. And some, here it is. You've handled a fighting cock.
That's it.
That's
it.
You handled a fighting cock.
I have to admit, I've handled a fighting
You
cock.
handled a fighting cock. There have been a few cases where one infected person caught the bird flu virus from another person, but it never has happened. It does not happen by eating infected animals.
But I knew it was living amongst, it's not the mosquito bite, but
No.
it's living amongst them.
And it happens a lot in Egypt.
Our attorney Ed Brass sounds like your DNA dad is Marty Feldman because of your eye drooping and oozing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got another person who is saying, out-of-state tournaments? This is Gina's way of telling you that she'll be taking time off.
Oh, I see.
Not yet.
This is her way of telling us
This one
now.
is just here.
And then it'll get announced on a Thursday.
Yeah. By the way, I'll be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because...
And then she'll say, I told you that this would happen.
Because her husband can't possibly take the time off to go to the out-of-state tournament.
No.
But you can. Because this job isn't.
He has
as
a real
important.
job.
Yeah, this isn't.
This isn't a real job.
No, not to you. It isn't. And certainly the way we treat you.
Why should it be?
No, we're going to create a rent-a-mom business. I think this is a great idea here.
on X96.
All right. Let's see. 9:21. Boner fight coming up in a few moments. But first, a little bit of news.
A little bit of news brought to you by, well, it's our Road to the Road home with our partners, Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers. And tomorrow we will be up in Ogden. We had nice friends of the program last night at the concert saying, "Where's your next Road to the Road home? I want to bring some coats and things down." That would be at John Watson Chevrolet, 3535 Wall Avenue in Ogden tomorrow morning. We'll do our show from there and give you a chance to bring your donations to the Road Home since you can't all make it down to Salt Lake for our Road Home broadcast.
And thanks to the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers for doing that and hosting us. We'll be at John Watson, as Gina said, tomorrow, and then next Wednesday at a Chevy dealership in Provo. I think it's Larry Miller.
Now, all of the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers are accepting donations every day up until right before Christmas. You can go to RockyMountainChevy.com to find the one near you. But folks in Ogden plan on coming on and seeing us tomorrow morning.
And listen. I know you don't. This is a bad year for this. It's hard. It's going to be hard to get donations for the Road Home. Mm-hmm. People have misconceptions about the Road Home. They think it's closed. They think it's going to be torn. Now, there are still people who are homeless and need help. And these are families in many cases who have been living a paycheck away from being homeless, and then it happens.
And the Road Home is a foundation. It's not a building. It's the money you donate to the Road Home goes to help all kinds of different homeless services.
Yes. So tomorrow, John Watson in Ogden. Little news. Thanks go out to the woman who allowed protesters to be on her lawn so they could demonstrate and protest against Donald Trump's visit to Welfare Square. President Trump was, of course, greeted warmly inside the Utah State Capitol, but outside protesters demonstrated against him and his agenda by the thousands. At Welfare Square, more protesters demonstrated against Trump's decision to reduce the sizes of the two Utah National Monument. Homeowner Ellen Young,
good for you, Ellen,
lives right across the street from Welfare Square. She allowed the protesters to use her property to be on. She had protesters put their signs on her home.
It's private property.
Hold them while standing on her property. When President Trump's motorcade drove by, Trump went inside Welfare Square and met with local LDS leaders and went to the cannery. So I got a can of tuna fish. Wanted some tuna fish.
He's never had tuna fish in his life.
Figuring out Trump was coming to my neighborhood was just disgusting and devastating and depressing, and I don't want him here. I'm disappointed in the church leaders and their willingness to give him the time of day and not stand up for what's right. Ellen's friend Steve Bateman, another protester, said he knows changing anything that happened today was too late, but doesn't mean he won't keep trying to get his voice heard. I read something else about Ellen, she said, I live across from Welfare Square, and it's kind of nice because there's every day there's the smell of fresh baked bread.
That would be nice to have that smell.
That would be nice.
So A House of Cards,
yes,
the Netflix show that previously starred Kevin Spacey. It is, and I think people generally know this, but it will move forward with the 6th and final season. Robin Wright will be the star, no Kevin Spacey. She is the newly inaugurated president, Claire Underwood. The story got a little weird there.
Yeah.
It will take over she will take over as the lead in the show. The 5th season show ended with Wright's character looking into the camera and saying, "My turn."
Okay.
So we're excited we could get an agreement to provide closure for the show fans, and I'll watch. I've stuck with it and watched the whole thing, and I'll watch this final season.
Now, if you're talking about Netflix, are you going to do the Danny Masterson one?
I don't have it.
So Danny Masterson is on the show that my mom loves called The Ranch.
Oh,
it's the Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, really?
My mom likes it because she'll watch anything with Sam Elliott in it. She loves it.
I have no idea what
she
that
loves
show
it.
is.
It's
on Netflix?
It's Netflix, and it's a comedy, and it's this family of ranchers, and And Danny Masterson has been accused of not just sexual harassment, but rape.
Yeah, and it's been a long time. There have been legal back and forths on it, right?
And Netflix has finally said, now they've already taped this whole season, which is actually going to be released this week, I think, and they're going to release it because it's all done. But they said after that, we're not writing his character anymore. So
now, let's see, one more story here.
Quickly.
I'll do this one. I love this story. It's kind of a visual. If you can probably see it at x96.com/live. Drivers can't seem to stop hitting a giant rock in a suburban parking lot. Despite it being an inanimate object, it's surrounded by yellow painted curbs. I don't know how you miss this big rock or how you cut the curb so tight that you end up with your car jacked up on the rock, said Brangwyn Jones, who lives in the community of Sage Hill. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it, as many of the community members are. This big rock, there's been at least 3 crashes, and the cars somehow, they get themselves situated so that they're stuck on this big rock.
Why is the rock there?
Because it was too
big to move.
It would be expensive, and it's big, and I don't know how deep it is into the ground. But because there have been so many crashes, and it's hilarious to look at the pictures of it. They are gonna remove it finally.
We can't have nice rocks in this parking lot.
Nope.
You guys have ruined the rock.
But somebody in the meantime has put Christmas lights all over it.
Well, that'll help.
That's nice. All right.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, here we go. It's battling senators for Boner Fight this time. There was the winner. There we go. Two tribes. Number 1, Orrin Hatch. Senator Hatch said this about Donald Trump's endorsement of Roy Moore. I don't think he had any choice but to do that. He needs every Republican he can get so he can put his agenda through. That's the only Republican you can possibly get down there at this time. Many of the things he allegedly did were decades old. That's a decision that has to be made by the people of Alabama. If they make that decision, who are we to question them? Boner candidate number 1, Orrin Hatch, going up against number 2, Senator Chuck Grassley from Iowa, who is defending the Republican Party's tax overhaul efforts and said lowering federal estate taxes would benefit investors instead of
the poors,
spenders who waste their money on booze or women
or movies.
Sinful stuff.
Because the rich people don't use any of those things.
Rich people never whore around while they're drunk and go to movies.
No, they just invest everything.
And even worse, when called on this quote, Grassley said it was taken out of context. Boo, boo, boo. That's number 2.
All right, you got to decide which one of these two is the most deserving to be Boner of the Day. It's a tough one. 1 or 2. Remember the candidate number? Put that number in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. That's one way you can vote. Another way, call 877-602-9696. And the third way is online. X96.com is the website. Just look for the box that says Boner Fight December 5. Vote there. If you don't see the box, refresh. It should appear. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. Who is Boner of the Day? Decide now.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
I don't like breathing through my mouth. I prefer my nose. I think that's what it was designed for. Your mouth was designed for other things, and the nose is for breathing.
But sometimes you have to breathe through your mouth.
I can't.
You know that.
You cannot. Well, what we hear on the radio would give lie to that, but because we hear a lot of on the radio. But
so they said we have a snorkeling class. We don't need the snorkel. No, I want the snorkeling class. I want to know.
Sure.
So we took the kids to the snorkeling class, and they stop at Molokini, and I am terrified. I really am, because I'm not only scared of breathing through my mouth with my face underwater, but I'm scared of sharks. I am. Okay, Jaws ruined me.
Sure.
And it's just a boat out in the middle of the water, and you're getting off the boat, and
it's deep.
And it's deep.
You can't see the bottom.
And they said, "Do you want a noodle?" Yeah, I want a noodle. Give me the noodle.
To just hang on to.
My kids and my husband, no noodle.
No.
They just jumped in the water. I took 2 noodles. When I looked around and made sure that everybody that wanted a noodle had a noodle.
You weren't the only one.
Right.
There was an extra noodle.
Yeah.
Those noodles had been cooked earlier, though.
Yes.
And so we're out in the water, and the guy at the snorkel class said, "Don't put the mouthpiece in until you're ready. You can just put the goggles on and get used to the water and then put it in." So I'm out there just with the goggles on, hanging on to the noodle. And I'm thinking, I don't need to do any more than this. Nobody needs to know if I'm actually snorkeling or not. My kids are snorkeling, my husband's snorkeling. But then they have a underwater cameraman come out. He comes over to your group. He's like, "Get your group together and go under, and I'll take a picture under the water." So now I'm panicking. I'm like, I can't hide from my family anymore that I'm not putting my face in the water, because camera guy wants underwater picture.
And of course, you have to do that.
Well,
you couldn't just say to your family, "I really can't do this."
No. And I didn't want Joe to know I wasn't snorkeling, because he's off snorkeling. He's not looking at me. I'm like, okay, I can totally do this.
All right.
Put the mouthpiece in, stick my face in, underwater camera guy's there. And I'm like, is he done yet? Is he done yet? Is he done yet?
Because you're not breathing?
No.
You're just holding your breath? Because even though you can breathe through the snorkel apparatus.
I can't, though.
Yeah, you can.
But I did it. I put my face in the water for the picture, and that was it. So as far as I'm concerned, I snorkeled.
No. Didn't see any fish.
No.
No. Didn't. Nothing.
No. I floated around on the noodle. I put my face in the water. But I'm telling you, if the camera guy hadn't harassed me into putting my face in the water, I wouldn't have.
Didn't see any fish. And I'm sure your
I've
family.
seen fish.
Did you see the fish? Did you see the turtles?
I can
Did you
Google fish right
can-
now, and I
know.
can see them.
Yes,
There's
I know.
probably
Sure,
a live Molokini underwater camera right now that I could find online, and I
Probably.
could see everything happening there right now.
Right, which is way better than what you did. Which is way better than what you actually did by being
I
there.
got in the water.
Okay, fine.
on X96.
All right, it's time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you by a Harmon's hot dog, Frankfurter on a ballpark bun with a side of Colt Cannon. It was a great meal. That's who brings you Boner of the Day. Anybody else?
No, that's
all right.
Isn't that sounds like a
plenty.
meal worthy of?
Yeah. So it was Orrin Hatch, number 1, against Chuck Grassley, number 2. Both Republicans, and both seemingly unaware and insensitive to the people, the common people around them, and yet the common people around them still vote for them. Unaware, insensitive, blockheads.
Yep.
Hatch won.
Oh,
80 votes.
Really?
Compared to 68 for Grassley.
All right.
There's considerable dislike for Grassley, but
But he's not our local jerk.
Yeah. Orrin Hatch may be a boner winner, but he's our boner winner.
All right.
I'm reading an article in the Atlantic about Mike Pence in the commercial breaks, and I shouldn't
Don't
do that.
do that now. You need to read something silly.
Let's see.
Do you ever read anything silly?
Yeah, sure.
I find I need distraction more and more.
Television is really a good distraction for me.
Yep.
I like it, and I don't watch too much of it because I don't have time. But if I had time, like when we're on our break for Christmas, I will watch lots of television.
And what is your family doing while you're watching television?
I don't know.
Don't care.
Don't know, don't care. They can do
since-
whatever they want.
Since we got the puppy,
yeah,
Riley, the wonder dog, I have not slept in.
Really?
So like during the week, I come here early, so I don't deal with her really. She's still asleep when I leave. And
Are you careful not to wake the
yes,
dog? Don't want to wake up
because
the
I would
dog.
never get out if I woke her up. But then on the weekends, I give my kids a break and let them sleep in, because even me getting up at 7 o'clock is sleeping in for me on the weekend.
Sure, I usually wake up around 6 or 7 on the weekend.
But every once in a while, damn it, I like to stay in bed till 9:30, which I don't think is unreasonable.
Then someone should afford you that chance.
And you know who that is? You, training the dog.
Well, she can't stay in her kennel for that long.
Or you saying, this is something I need. It's time for me to sleep in.
Just once, not even every weekend would I sleep in till 9:30, but every once in a while.
And I'm sure your husband is safely at work right now, not hearing this plaintive cry for help.
No, because he needs it too.
You know how badly you need a fenced-in yard and doggy door?
So she just lets herself
the
out?
Greatest thing, the greatest thing in the world.
You get up with your dogs, though.
I get up and then we go back to bed.
And just let them...
And they sleep.
Because once she's up, it's just like a toddler. You can't leave a toddler alone. You got to...
Well, but see if they're in the bed with you. Then they get the idea. Oh, this is what we're doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe in sleeping with animals unless they're human.
It's just, I was thinking about that, thinking, I've got the weekend coming. Oh, but yeah, and I know once she's a little bit older, I can just let her. She's a puppy. You can't leave a puppy alone but I remember with Sadie girl, barely did anything for her.
Well, that's because she couldn't move.
Right.
Here's how
I
my
can't wait for her to be older.
Here's how my Saturday mornings go.
I'm not going to like this.
So I'll get up maybe at 3 and take them out to go potty. And it's cold, so they go right back to bed. with
Yeah.
us. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Sue gets up and leaves to go to her cult class.
Is that the workout stuff?
The workout thing.
Yeah.
It's a cult.
It's a cult. She gets up at around 7 or so, leaves around 8. I'll get up with him again, take him out, We go back to bed, and we get in bed. You know what wakes us up? The jerk neighbor next door who decides it's time to get rid of his empties from the previous night. And the garbage can is like within 10 feet of our bedroom window, and he decides that he needs to throw the bottles into the can.
Clang, clang, clang,
just
clang.
to make sure that they get in there. You know, wham.
He likes to break them?
They don't break is the thing. He just kind of and then slam, and that upsets the dogs, and they go running out.
And then they're up.
Because to them, it's something is attacking the house, and I have to protect Daddy.
Yeah.
You know.
We got this, Dad.
We got this. Oh! What the? We'll kill you. That's what wakes me up. But that doesn't happen until, it's usually 9:30 is when he decides to do that.
Well,
and I'm trying to teach the dogs not to do that, but that's a tough one.
Usually what wakes me up on the weekend is my hangover.
What time does that wake you up?
Oh, my head. Oh, God.
It just kicks in. More water, and you'll be fine.
I know. I should do that.
Let's see. All right, we'll be back. The Advocates, UtahAdvocates.com.
You know, there's a lot of reasons to use the Advocates if you have been in an accident. They're personal injury attorneys, and they are very, very honest. But they're aggressive.
Yes.
It seems like Matt is so nice.
Well, and when you speak to him, he's kind of soft-spoken.
He's very
and,
pleasant. But I said, do you really go after her? And he said, what do you think?
No, you need somebody that understands the law and understands how insurance companies work.
Yeah. They'll give insurance companies are not your friend. They'll give you the runaround if you're expecting a settlement, you need things for medical bills, all of that kind of stuff. Don't deal with the insurance company yourself. Call the Advocates and let them represent or advocate for you. Their phone number is 801-355-5550. You can chat with an attorney 24 hours a day. It doesn't cost you anything until they get you a settlement, or go to UtahAdvocates.com.
Well, it's that time of year, isn't it? You know, when you think of your family, think of snowmen, and, of course, winning free stuff from the radio.
X96 presents the X Days of Xmas.
10 days of different prizes from your friends at X96.
All you need to do is listen to win every weekday at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m.
Prizes include gift cards from places like
Jade Market, Bad Apple, and Urban Armor, Diamonds Direct, and tickets to Odyssey Dance Theater's Redux Nutcracker. One grand prize winner will win one of each prize, and you can enter to win that on X96.com. The X Days of Xmas from X96. Ho, ho, ho.
My grandpa never said that. What was that all about?
Fine, I won't say anything.
No, we're not saying don't say anything. We're trying to. For how many years have you been here? We're trying to still teach you. Please say things. But, wait for a break in the sentence. When someone is in mid-sentence, you don't start talking.
I might forget what I was going to say.
There is that. There is that.
There's an unplanned course change being fed into the instrument, sir.
The minute it comes to me.
No, Leanne, we're not going to stop being mean to Gina. Go away. I'm not answering that call.
Well, no, let me talk to Leanne. Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Now, Leanne, have you been listening this morning?
I have.
Yeah, I don't think of being particularly mean to Gina.
Well, okay, you guys are always picking on her at some point. You have to be nice to her.
Why? I might cry.
Yeah, see?
I think...
Don't make Gina cry.
Okay.
That's not nice.
Leanne,
we
you
won't.
and Gina are single-handedly putting women's rights into the Middle Ages. All right? You fight like hell for equal rights to work just like the men, and then you get here and expect special treatment.
No, it's not special treatment. It's called don't be mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's special treatment.
Don't be mean.
Don't be mean or you might make her cry.
You have to understand Carrie's mean to everyone.
Yes.
Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you,
You're
Leanne.
welcome. I
See
love
la-
you guys.
See you later.
Oh, my God. Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm just fine.
You're a great Americanist. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to tell you to be nice to Gina. That's all I
okay,
wanted.
thanks.
I was feeling sad for her.
See, you were going to cry for me,
No.
huh?
I was.
No.
I think I had a couple of tears welling
Michelle,
up, and
do
I
you
thought,
think
you know
that-
what? This is wrong.
Michelle, do you think women need special
No, wait a
treatment in the
minute.
workplace?
I never said they needed special treatment.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No.
Okay, then.
Michelle,
But there's a difference between special treatment and just common courtesy.
Michelle.
And being nice.
Michelle, is it common courtesy? Now, have you've been listening this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
All I'm trying to do is get through this feature.
Yeah.
And Gina is saying, "Oh, you know that's what happened to the."
How is that
you
common
know-
courtesy?
So you know what I did? I stopped and said, "Well, then tell us all about it." Apparently,
you were
it's
being sarcastic.
apparently.
And then you yelled at her a
I
minute
didn't-
later for like
I-
5 minutes. You
I
guys
didn't-
stop. You just
All
kept
right,
going.
No, I
Michelle.
didn't yell.
Michelle.
And going.
I didn't yell.
Michelle.
right.
Michelle. Is it common courtesy to interrupt someone when they're speaking?
No, but she said she was sorry.
I'm
But
very
she says
sorry.
she's sorry every day.
But I'm really, really sorry.
No, wait a minute. Michelle's right. Gina said she was
said,
sorry.
I'm sorry, and you kept going, and you kept going, and I thought, that poor girl is either
Again,
gonna cry or
Michelle,
quit.
you and Gina are setting back women's rights 30 or 40 years.
I have to disagree with you.
I think it's
Just
only 20.
apologize, Michelle.
Michelle,
Just tell Carrie you're sorry.
You're wrong, and you know why?
Why am
Because
I
you're a
wrong?
woman. That's why, okay?
But thanks for
If
trying.
I were as smart as you guys, I'd know when to.
Five what?
Yeah.
It wasn't gold rings. I know that.
I don't know.
Silver rings.
Yeah. Let's see. Got to remind you, Omaha Steaks.
Yeah.
This is a great gift. Now, I just order them for myself.
You can do that too.
You can do that if you want to get this just for yourself. But might I suggest that you get this for a friend of yours, your boss maybe, send it to his house.
Your parents.
Your parents would be perfect for this. The family gift pack is what I'm talking about. It's only $49.99 if you go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code in their website search area, X96. You're going to search their website for X96 to get this 75% off deal. $49.99 family gift pack. Here you go. Here's what you get in this package. Now, of course, there's shipping involved, but here's what you get. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts. I'm not done. 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, and they're going to throw in 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free, but only if you go to omahasteaks.com and search their website, enter the code X96 in the search bar to get this 75% savings.
Man.
Yum. I'm hungry.
I'm not. I had bacon.
What'd you?
I didn't ask for it.
What?
I didn't ask for it. I just gave my credit card to somebody, and
Somebody
they went and
said,
bought it.
we're going to get bacon. Do you want bacon? I didn't initiate the bacon. I just went along with it.
Well, you went more than went along with it. You
I embraced it.
You supported it.
I embraced
Initiated
it.
bacon?
You supported it with finance.
Initiate bacon.
Gina financed the bacon caper.
Yes. So in a way, you did kind of initiate. You saw an opportunity and you exploited it.
I did.
I was just looking at we were talking about TV, and I had this story for a couple of days. Jason Momoa.
Yes, I'm listening.
Went to visit his pals on the set of Game of Thrones. And, people, of course, say, oh, is Khal Drogo coming back?
He's dead.
No. He said, no, he's dead. That would be silly. No, I just went to visit people. And but then I ended up finding out a lot about the final season.
Oh.
He said, I actually now know more than I wanted to know. And they said, well, what's it like? He said, well, I can't tell you anything other than this season, this final season of Game of Thrones will be the greatest thing ever on TV.
Wow.
It will F up a lot of people.
Wow.
Well, and I know they're spending a obscene amount of money on the production, and that's another reason why it's taking a long time to come back, is they're treating them all like mini
They're small
feature
movies.
films.
Yeah.
He says, it just knowing how amazing this season is going to be, it's going to be the greatest thing that's ever aired on TV. And it's a bummer because I'm a huge fan and I didn't want to know what was going on. I'm like, damn, I didn't want to know that. Well, then you should have stayed away from the set, Jason. He's kind of witless, isn't
You be nice to Jason Momoa.
he?
Boy, that Lisa Bonet has good taste in men. Lenny Kravitz, Jason Momoa.
I don't know what anybody sees in Lenny Kravitz.
Are you joking?
He looks as though
He's
he
gorgeous.
does not smell good.
He smells like pot. I've told
Do
you
you think?
that story.
Oh, yeah, that's
No.
right. You met him, yeah.
He reeks of pot.
Well, he's not gorgeous to me. I think he's a poser, and I don't care for how he looks. That song, American Woman, good Lord.
Not my favorite Lenny Kravitz song. Always on the Run's my favorite Lenny Kravitz song because Slash is playing guitar on it.
Yeah, because Lenny Kravitz can't really play the guitar either. Lenny Kravitz. Yeah. Wasn't he was Gladys Kravitz's son, wasn't he? The Gladys Kravitz who was across the street.
No, his mom is Roxy Roker.
Roxy Roker.
So Dylan put up a picture of Lenny.
Yeah, isn't he cute?
Yes, he's gorgeous. What are you talking about? What are you looking at? How do you look
his
at
nipple rings? That's what I'm looking at.
How do you look at that and not think that is an attractive person?
I just the nose ring. You gotta be careful with the nose ring.
The nose ring is the subtle nose ring. It's just a little.
He looks skeevy.
Yeah, I mean that one's okay.
Let me ask you this, Gina. Would you like to marry that man and have him help you support your family? Would you like to marry?
I don't want to marry Lenny Kravitz. I want to appreciate that he exists in the world. I'm married to the person I want to be married to. Yeah, well. I can appreciate Lenny Kravitz.
Now, I liked his mother, Roxy Roker. She was married to Al Roker.
No.
Yeah, it was the Rokers. That was a TV show, wasn't it?
Right. Roxy and Al.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
Al would,
she's Al's sister.
Al would say something funny and then look bemused into the camera.
Yeah.
You know, long before The Office was doing it.
Mm-hmm. And then Roxy would always be yelling at him.
Yes. All right,
Well,
let's
she
do
was
the-
married to Mr. Kravitz.
Let's do the promo.
On Wednesday's Radio from Hell show, we are in Ogden.
John Watson Chevrolet, as a matter of fact, 3535 Wall Avenue, right there in Ogden.
Gathering your donations for the road home.
So we're in Ogden from 6 to 10 a.m., so get your stuff ready today and then come see us in the morning.
Think hats, gloves, blankets, new socks, underwear, anything that you need, we need you to donate.
Bring him to John Watson Chevrolet, located at 3535 Wall Avenue during tomorrow's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Okay, that's out of the way.
All right.
Anything?
The lady from the protest house is trying to call you.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
the
somebody
show's
should have answered
over.
the phone.
It's on our Twitter, X96 Twitter, if you want to follow up on that.
You want to get her number
Okay.
and we'll talk to her tomorrow, Thursday or tomorrow maybe even.
Yeah. Something. All right, that's good enough. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
That's a nice nose ring.
Really, that's
You got to be
that?
careful with the nose ring. You can't have anything hanging down below the nostril.
it's
because
got to be hugging the nostril.
But if it's hanging down below the nostril, it looks like a booger, and then it's not
You know,
sexy.
we've got to stop. We've got to start picking her sign-offs.
I guess
that's terrible.
John Smith is next.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.